evidence-backed findings will be released. Levin also says the president is aware of reports about a teleprompter operator accused of making tens of thousands of dollars by placing bets on what the president will say in speeches.
There are very strict ethical requirements required by all staffers and officials here at the White House, and if they are violated, people will pay consequences for that, as you're seeing with this case.
She says the teleprompter staffer is now on unpaid administrative leave. Vehicle stops by ICE will continue, the White House making that clear. However, an ICE source tells Fox at least one body camera must be on. A pause had been planned after two deadly shootings during immigration enforcement operations within a week. But the president says the stops are an important tool. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
We believe in a safe and a strong and a secure border. We also believe, at the same time, that immigration enforcement in this country should be fair, just, and humane. That's not what's taking place right now.
Well, the White House says a rollout of body cams to all ICE field offices is slower than planned, blaming Democrats for a government shutdown that affected funding. America is listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK, LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon. He's got the space laboratory there with the like the moon unit ahead of him there going up to the AstroTurf moon space thing or something, and Flounders at the controls, and it was very confusing. It looks like you got the like Star Trek space flow up area behind you there, like somebody could slide down that pole, and it's like Captain Kirk there at the bridge or something. I don't know. It's very stylistic.
Let's just see how far you're going with it. You know what it reminds me of?
No, what does it remind you of?
Old-time Atlantans will know this. Remember the parking garage next to the downtown Riches building that had that circular
Oh, God, I hated that. Yeah, oh, God.
Yeah.
Was there a car that went flying off that a couple of times every once in a while? Some car would go over the edge.
That's scary. When we were kids and the dad would drive up there, we're like, hey, this isn't good.
No, this is not fun. It's yikes. It's just a ride.
I forget where it is. It may be in Texas, but there's a roller coaster at an amusement park where you go up maybe 100 feet, and the roller coaster is just a circle all the way down.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
It's got to be weird. In fact, one of the weirdest times I ever had at a carnival was that stupid saucer ride. You get into like a saucer, and they spin you around real tight circles, and you can really feel like I guess what they do in the astronauts when they spin them around.
Because the entire machine is going in a circle, and then you're in a little circle going in a circle.
No, thanks. No, that would be bad. Anyway, Laurie, look, here we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? Our number is 404-741-1230.
Speaking of, real quick, I apologize to interrupt you, but talking about carnivals and amusement parks, there's a video on Twitter and Instagram. It's like 15, 20 seconds of people getting sick. So like, so someone throws up on the doing the loop, and then the throw up lands right on the car. So you kind of see a montage of that. It's pretty funny.
Up in the air and and here it comes. But the guy like 4 rows back is oops. What's the oh my. I was thinking yes. What's that?
Got an Amber Alert.
I saw that. A young girl and in a gray Jeep with the, I think the license plate was SLU, the first letter, SLU.
Yeah,
Gray Jeep Renegade.
Baxley, Georgia, which is a long way from here.
Yeah, but anyway, a gray Jeep Cherokee, the license plate SLU, and then a bunch of numbers, and it's a young girl, and I saw the flash, and I forgot, was she like 8 years old or so? I can't remember, and I can't remember. But anyway, so if you see that Jeep, SLU, the license plate, gray Jeep Cherokee, or Renegade, I guess it is. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. You know, I was thinking that commercial just before we came on about the young widow. I've seen her on TV. I've seen a blonde lady, had her, and it's really sad because they showed the video of her husband, who seemed like a great guy, playing with his kid, his son, and his dog. And, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, it's heartbreaking. And what was she, 30, you know? And it reminded me, God, this had to be in the early 90s. I was single. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, God, I guess so. And here in Atlanta, and there were a couple of women friends listening who were big fans of the show. Were not interested in me particularly, but liked the show, and they occasionally would try to set me up with a girl. And one of them they set me up with was a flight attendant for Delta. And she had just become a widow. And she was about 23 and had a brand new baby. And, wow. And so, and I mean, I knew this in advance, but I, you know, they said, she'd be real sweet. So I drove down. She had a condo near the airport, which a lot of the stewards are doing, stuff like that. And she was beautiful. She was just beautiful, sweet, lovely, beautiful. I'm seriously maybe 22, 3, 4 years old, something like that. I've forgotten now. And literally a baby. It couldn't have been, 8, 10 months old baby. And her husband died, a car or something or other. And we got along pretty well. I couldn't help thinking that she had this internal sadness, which made it very hard for me to kind of, connect and stuff. But I thought, man, what a hard thing that's got to be for a woman who's, she got a brand new baby. And obviously, she's going to be mourning her husband the rest of her life. But still, she's trying to get her life. Oh, just horrible. It's got to be just brutal. That young to go through all by yourself with a baby. Oh man. Anyway, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I think we talked a couple of times, but it was obviously it wasn't going to go anywhere. But I think at the time I was probably 35, maybe. I don't remember. Maybe I was probably 40. I was probably 40.
You didn't seal the deal?
No, did not seal the deal. I never. Well, that's not true. I'm thinking of like a couple of one-night stands. By the way, I thought of another number last night.
That's the worst thing. Yeah, don't do that.
I forgot one.
You're a bad man.
I'm so sorry.
You're a bad man.
I kept thinking about that Rolling Stone story. I mean, what a great story. Bill, what's his name, had 1,800 women at least. He stopped counting after that, and he kept every single name of every woman he went to bed with thousands.
If you are the gentleman you claim to be,
yes, I am.
You need to call that woman up and apologize that you forgot her name.
If I could find her, I would. And believe me, she was a model too. She was. Where I met her? I was in TV in Chicago as single, and I met her at she was one of the models at some kind of like a car. I forgot what the event was, but it was a big thing at a big giant thing, and it was a big deal. And there were some models, showing off the events of whatever it was, and she was one of them and started flirting with me. And so we ended up. She came over to my house, and and she was a knockout. But clearly she was, it was a little too easy for for us to kind of connect. And so I'm thinking to myself, so I.
All right. So the other story, you couldn't connect because it was difficult to connect. This one was too. What are you, like the Goldilocks of sex? Oh, this board's just too hot. This bed's too hard. This bed's too soft.
Respect you in the morning. I don't respect you now.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking about I wish I was at your place.
Yeah,
why? So I could get up and leave. Yeah.
Oh, God. Sorry, ladies. I don't know where we're going. I'm just, oh, Lord. I'm losing it. I tell you, I'm losing it. No, seriously. And again, part of this is that at this time, starting the show, I mean, I'm already, been doing things all day long. And by the time I actually the show starts, I don't really want to get into all the politics again because it just makes it so freaking aggravating, and there's so much hate and there's so much crap. Every one of these stinking congressional hearings is all baloney. It's all dog and pony show where the Democrats lie and scheme and complain and accuse things, and the Republican. I mean, it's horrible stuff and all that kind of stuff. So when we start actually going through, I really don't want to talk about all the political stuff, so I tend to get easily distracted. So my apologies. In fact, I got a few things that are really messing up my head, including the fact that my jeans are an inch too long, and it led to a whole series of thoughts about it. But first, let me ask you: we have newsy stuff. We have everything. We have holy crap at sports, a lot of sports things, and Flower's got funnies, and we got all kinds of stuff. And by the way, it's daylight saving time, not day savings time. God, I mean, it's just, really, In fact, speaking of that, I know it drives me nuts, and the fact of the matter is people will keep saying daylight savings time because that's what we all heard. As a little boy, with daylight savings, that's what people said. It was wrong because it's like a split infinitive dangling gerund pluperfect something, participial dangler or something. But anyway, it's, savings are what you put in the bank. Daylight saving is a measure of saving the daylight. So anyway, but it's, and you know what the other thing's driving me nuts? I keep thinking about it today too. The word bison. I don't want to say bison. I want to say buffalo. I want to talk about that video of that buffalo. I can't. I have to stop and think to say bison. I don't want to say bison. And you can't make me. And if I want to call that buffalo that's in all the videos and stuff a buffalo, I'm going to call him a buffalo. It won't come out. I hate saying bison. I don't know why. For my whole life, it's been a buffalo. The buffalo wild, the buffalo roam. I mean, what? All of a sudden, no buffalo. We have to change names? Well, maybe I don't want to. What's that?
Where the bison roam.
I don't think I've ever heard that song. Where the lone prairie with the bison. No, I don't think. No, I'm sorry. That's Gene Autry would be, rolling over right now.
I don't think anybody has a problem with you spending the rest of your life incorrectly.
Well, there's a long list of things to go on that chart, mister. The living, breathing example. All right, look out. It's 3:13 already. Holy cow. 404-741-1230. The actual show begins almost any minute here with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and it's Thursday, and that's the way it goes, and we're not changing. All right, look out.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Extra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Extra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Don't believe this nonsense you see on TV commercials about how uncomfortable a CPAP mask is. Take it from me. You wear one, especially the nasal pillow I use, for one night, and you will fight anybody that tries to take it away from you. But if they do take it away from you, you can get more at cpapsetcetera.com, cpapsetc.com, with a store in Alpharetta, same-day shipping. To your health, cpapsetc.com.
Calling all contractors, Stovall & Company Wholesale Landscape Supplies here for you.
We've been family owned and operated for more than 75 years, and we just opened our 11th location in Canton, Georgia.
We are proud to provide all your wholesale irrigation, nursery, and landscape supply needs.
We are partnered with Keystone Hardscape to offer a wide variety of products to enhance any outdoor living space.
Here at Stovall, we have it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com or visit any of our convenient locations throughout North Georgia.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
When you're looking for
a luxury vehicle, make Jim Ellis Cadillac your first stop.
At Jim Ellis Cadillac, you'll find a premium selection of Cadillac models, including the iconic Escalade, the sophisticated XT5, the athletic CT5, and the all-electric Lyriq.
At Jim Ellis Cadillac, the experience is just as impressive as the vehicles. Our team is committed to providing exceptional customer service with a professional, no-pressure approach that makes shopping easy and enjoyable.
And the Jim Ellis Expressway makes shopping even more convenient. You can browse inventory, value your trade, explore payment options, and complete much of your purchase online, all from the comfort of home.
So whether you prefer to shop online or visit in person, Jim Ellis Cadillac's ready to help you find the Cadillac that fits your lifestyle. Visit JimEllisCadillac.com or stop by Jim Ellis Cadillac on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter. Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
Hi, I'm Tom Stratton from Tom and Jerry's Roofing, a 10-year veteran of the U.S. Army. When my best friend Jerry and I opened Tom and Jerry's Roofing, we wanted our company to be an outlet for good. So with every roof we do, a portion goes to various veteran services and charities. Tom and Jerry's Roofing is passionate about giving you the best service and quality work possible, and that work turning into service for our heroes. So if you need a new roof or a repair, call us. We're Tom and Jerry's Roofing, where every roof helps veterans. TomandJerry'sRoofing.com.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House, and now the thought of the day. There's only a few things that a safe from the Safe House can't protect you from. The biggest one is socialist Democrats trying to steal elections. Does that really happen? Yes, it does. So for real security, drop by the Safe House and let us show you how to protect your hard-earned valuables from theft and fire. We are the exclusive Browning and Fort Knox safe dealer in the area. That's right, we're the only ones. So don't go unprotected. Go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com. That's AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
It's 2 a.m. and everyone is asleep, except for the potential intruder walking up your driveway. This is Matt Harvey with Alert 360 Security, and we stop criminals in their tracks with our floodlight video surveillance cameras. Our floodlight surveillance cameras notify you of activity, activate flashing lights, and verbally inform any potential intruders that they are being recorded. Stop break-ins before they occur with Alert 360 Security. Visit us on the web at alert360atlanta.com.
There we go. It's Kimmer P. and Flounder. How you doing? The Thursday. So Metallica, I think. 2019, they brought their banging drums on the World Wired tour to Finland, and they drew almost 1% of the entire country's population. It was a record-breaking concert. Metallica in Finland. The show at the Kantola Park in the city of Hammarby was attended by more than 55,000 people. That's 1% of their entire population. Metallica in Finland. Now, Finland, I can't imagine that they were nuts about it because I remember Andy Rooney did one of his commentaries on 60 Minutes. God, it had to be 30 years ago, probably. And I remember that he did this story. If I'm not mistaken, it was about Finland. And he showed the world knows that, apparently people who know this kind of thing will tell you that Finland is probably the most solitary or quiet or unpublic, affectionate country in the world, on the entire planet. They don't say hi when they're walking down the street. They keep to themselves. They don't talk to people. They're depressed. They have the highest, depression rate in the world or something. Facts like one after another. And then Andy Rooney said, but boy, they love to dance. And then his story was on how the people of Finland, who will not talk to each other, they will not speak. If you go into a store, you don't say hi to anybody. That's what their mannerism is. But they have dance clubs where strangers go and dance. They just go dance all the time. Everybody, all the time, man. You want to go dance, they go dancing, and then they go back to leaving themselves alone. That's the damnedest thing I ever saw. Anyway, I thought that was kind of bizarre talking about Finland for whatever reason it was with Metallica. Let's see. Phone calls take priority. Hold everything. Bill, hey Bill, you on the radio, man? How's it going? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer, listen, I'm born and raised in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And there was a guy that he came on radio in like 79 or something, maybe 77. And Steve Dahl. Do you remember him?
Oh, Steve Dahl. Oh, my God, yeah. He was a troublemaker, man. He was a very successful, very top-rated, very wealthy disc jockey. Steve Dahl, wasn't he the guy who did the disco explosions at Comiskey Park?
Yeah.
And blew up had disco night, and they literally took disco records and set them on fire and exploded them. And I think they either had to cancel the ball game or, I forgot when they did it, but fireworks going off everywhere. There was like a half a riot and everything. Yeah, Steve Dahl was very, very, very popular, and one of those early shock jocks were out there pretty wild, too. Yeah, I remember Steve Dahl.
He was. I think he was the very first guy. He turned radio on its head, at least in Chicago, and a lot of people followed his mode of operandi, whatever you want to call it. But it was. You never knew him personally, no? Huh?
I did not. I think I saw him once at like an event or something, and somebody pointed him out, but I did not know him personally. Never spent any time with him. No, but everybody knew him. I mean, he was hugely popular. Yeah.
You were just talking about your times in Chicago, and then I've always wanted to ask you about Steve Dahl because he seemed like a pioneer to me.
Yeah, well, there were some legends that came out of Chicago over the years, radio and television, and I was not one of them, of course. I'm very minor, every once in a while, if you look for it, you can find a videotape of me on WLS TV, and I was on Ted Koppel and a couple of, I did Nightline stuff, and it was on the news, very once in a while popping up, because it was an ABC station and networks. I worked for the network, so. But I was never any big huge thing at all. Although I mentioned on my punch card list is that I was Oprah Winfrey's first news guy when she first started in Chicago. I introduced her every morning on her show and did a little news bit, and then said, "Now Oprah Winfrey," and I was the first one in Chicago with Oprah Winfrey's show.
Well,
claim to fame.
You're the best.
No, I doubt it. But thank you, Bill. You're very kind. I appreciate it. So I've just, my whole freaking life, I really wonder about this. I guess we probably should start the show here at some point. I think it'd be just I don't know whether it's an age thing or, people keep dying or whatever, but I'm having the damnedest fun time more frequently than I used to think I remember of just having fun memories of stuff. Today, it's the silliest damn thing in the world. I'm wearing a pair of jeans today, and if you can see I don't know if you can see on YouTube, but they're slightly long, and the jeans these days kind of curl up to like a half an inch at the bottom. They kind of turn up a little bit. And it reminded me that everybody in America growing up, when you bought jeans, your parents would buy them too big. Now, of course, I'm a baby boomer, so I was raised with a generation after World War II when they sacrificed all the rationing and all that thing. So after World War II, and I was born in 1946, and so when you're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, your parents are still thinking about saving money. They don't waste money. After World War II, the families that went through all that stuff are not throwing it away. And so you'd always buy jeans for your kids that were too long. And you would curl them up, and you would, roll up the cuffs. And everybody wore their cuffs rolled up, and you could see the lighter color lining of the jeans. Everybody, that's the way you wore them. And they did it so you could buy them too long and keep them. And then when you got bigger, they would fit you. And then when you got too big, you'd pass them along to your brother. I mean, that's surely why you would buy jeans too long to pass them along, because everybody tried to save money, be thrifty, and that's when that became what the style was. And then I thought to myself, isn't that funny that I had a silly little memory about that from just wearing my jeans today that were a quarter of an inch longer than. It's just really funny. I'm getting a lot of things like that to just remind me.
When's the funny part start?
Well, okay, I don't mean funny, mister. I mean, sort of amusing. Do I amuse you? Is that stupid? I know it's really funny. I mean, I'm just.
I had forgotten that we rolled up the.
Don't you remember?
The time I went to school, it was not cool to roll up your jeans. You got your butt beat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now see that it may have been the part of the country, but that everybody did it. Everybody just wore your jeans and the cuffs showing, rolled up. Anyway, I'm sorry. I have to do this little memory.
We had bell bottoms, buddy.
I had great bell bottoms. I loved bell bottoms and leisure suits in the 70s. Absolutely, man. I hold everything. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. I'll do a quick birthday here for you. I'll save history things for a minute. Corey Feldman's birthday. Corey Feldman is 55. He was Mouth. That's unfortunate. Mouth in The Goonies, Teddy in Stand By Me, and Edgar in The Lost Boys. Corey Feldman, 55. Now, was he the guy who kept getting raped by all the Hollywood big, or was he the rape? There's some kind. Isn't there something with Corey Feldman? Wasn't he part of the boys' ring or something? It was being abused or whatever.
Corey Haim or
Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. They were child actors, and
weren't they both being abused?
Corey Haim was. I think Corey Feldman was too. But again, it was a back and forth thing. And
I read this.
Corey Haim ended up dying from. He was a recovering drug addict. I don't know if it was depression or drugs and all that.
Obviously, troubled life, And Corey Feldman's 55, and I guess doing all right now.
There was a rumor that Corey Haim was in a movie, one of his first movies called Lucas, and Charlie Sheen was in that movie, and there was a rumor that Charlie Sheen had raped him. And on this tour, you know how Charlie Sheen has been sober and promoting his new book and documentary, and there's been multiple interviews where he's just denied it. He's like, that is absolutely false. That is not true.
He has admitted to an awful lot of stuff that are kind of like that, though, including with men, I think, and stuff. And he didn't he?
He talked about he slept with men and experimented.
He may not remember some of the things. He did.
I think that's probably true too.
I mean, the cartel had to call him and say, "Stop."
Yeah, that's right. They were afraid he was selling. He was made his own business. Flounder's right. The cartel actually said, "Oh, hold on, we're cutting him off."
Chill out on the cocaine here, pal.
we only have so many drugs to sell to Americans.
It's bad when the Mexican cartel is contacting you to...
Jeez.
Senor.
I got to, when the cartel has a message for you, I'd listen. You know what I mean? I mean, you didn't watch Breaking Bad? I mean,
That tortoise with the head on it?
I don't think so, no. Just the knife through the, I'm sorry. God. Anyway. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We'll talk about Donald Trump's speech tonight. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about, did you see the result of the Democrats' vote on whether to suspend aid to Israel?
No.
Astounding. Well, in fact, I'll do that. I'll do that right now while I'm thinking of it. And then I got a couple of funny video things to talk about before we actually do the extra news part. All right, check this out. I literally had to double check it because it didn't seem possibly right. Vote in Congress on whether to cut off aid to Israel. Okay, cutting off aid to Israel. Vote in Congress. The House Democrats in the year 2016, who voted on the same thing when a bill comes up to cut off aid to Israel, foreign aid to Israel in particular. In 2016, 0 House Democrats voted to cut off aid to Israel. In 2016, 0 said cut off aid. 2016. In April of 2024, 37 House Democrats voted to cut off aid to Israel. 2 years ago, 37 House Dems said cut off aid to Israel. Today, 103 House Democrats voted to cut off aid to Israel.
They hate you, Jewish people. Democrats hate you and want to kill you.
I don't know why a Jew would vote for a Democrat. And I know that sounds like some kind of a slur, and I'm saying it because it's brutal and blunt, and you better get the freaking point. And by the way, the reason that the number went from 0 10 years ago to 103 House Democrats to stop aid to Israel is because they're afraid of offending the communist new left angle of the liberal Democrat Party. Yep. They're afraid of, they're afraid of, that's like the whole squad. They're afraid to stop. They're afraid to cut off these kinds of things because they know they're going to get it. These Democrats are afraid of the far left angle of the party. That's how much power these communists have and socialists have.
But by going on the record saying this, we now know who they are.
Yeah, that's right. We can follow them. And again, I mean, seriously, if you're a Jewish voter, how could you vote for a Democrat? And again, what was it? We just did a survey a couple of days ago. 50-something% of all American Democrats think that Hamas was justified in being a viable organization.
No, it was Muslims, not Democrats. I think it was Muslims.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Yeah, 50% of American Muslims, people in the mosques in America, 50% American citizens or whatever, if they're Muslim and American mosque, 50% in surveys have admitted, they support Hamas. The number one terrorist organization to kill Jews. 50%.
Over.
Oh, God. Anyway, 3:30 already. Holy cow! Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. We got the newsy stuff. Donald Trump's speech, and did you see the Los Angeles reporter girl doing a live shot? And we had some great video out there. Also, the Navy Blue Angels. I mean, fun stuff. More video. All right, well, come on, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Look out. Here we go.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
It's Toyota's Big One sales event at Marietta Toyota now through August 3rd. And if you commute every day, the 2026 Toyota Camry may be the one to see first. It's now all hybrid with up to 53 miles per gallon city, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And with 50 Camrys in stock, Marietta Toyota has the selection to help you find the trim and color you actually want. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we've been voted Best of Cobb for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid, as low as 4.99% APR for 48 months through August 3rd. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/3/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know a lot of our listeners, they've heard about the big, beautiful bill, but they might not fully understand all 900 pages of it. So what are some of the most important things folks need to know when it comes to taxes as they approach their retirement?
Oh, Kevin, I imagine the politicians don't know what half of that 900-page document was about. But as it pertains to financial planning, there's some major tax changes. Things like no tax on tips, some big deductions and changes to the way we pay taxes on Social Security. There's also some big changes to the way we're actually allowed to do SALT and other deductions to minimize what we pay from a tax perspective. But your CPA has got to be aware and got to be planning for that. So we've got to get to work on that.
I know it's 900 plus pages, Evan, but ultimately it's probably not what everyone had on their summer reading list. But ultimately, we know tax implications, they can really derail a retirement plan when all's said and done, can't they?
Well, 100%. I mean, think of it this way. If you make $1, but then you got to give half of it or more to Uncle Sam, and trust me, between capital gains taxes, taxes on your Social Security, taxes on your ordinary income and dividend and interest income, you're going to be giving a huge chunk to Uncle Sam unless we do some proper planning. And with that, we can minimize, in some cases, completely eliminate the taxes that you're paying.
A new tax plan can mean new tax strategies. And if you'd like to learn more, give Atlas Retirement a call today and let them put together a complimentary tax map just for you with absolutely no obligation. Give them a call today, 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799 or online at atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
America, Chuck, yeah. Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but here's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Companies are changing hands, showing up with new names. You may not even realize it's not the same team anymore. But Central, they've never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947, and that kind of consistency matters, especially when you're trusting someone with your home. Central's team knows HVAC inside and out, delivering dependable service, personalized solutions, and showing up when it counts. No surprises, no switching jerseys, just the same trusted team Atlanta has relied on for generations. When it comes to HVAC, that's a grand slam. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Call 770-GET-HEAT or visit centralheat.com. That's 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
So here's the easy answer to the question, are whites or blacks more anxious to vote their race? And the answer is, I don't think you'll be surprised that black voters have exhibited stronger racial group cohesion and voting behavior than white voters.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Here's a well-known little music snippet here. I guess every kid with a new guitar probably played this along with maybe it was something from the Rolling Stones. Can't get no satisfaction. Deep Purple. Here. 2012, on this day, one of the co-founders of Deep Purple, John Lord, passed away. He was a keyboard player. He was only 71, 2012. Co-founder Deep Purple in 1968 and wrote many of their songs, including Smoke on the Water. He also played with bands including Whitesnake. John Lord was getting treatment for pancreatic cancer from the year before and finally got him on this day in 2012. Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Is this one that goes on like 20 minutes? I don't think I've ever actually heard the whole thing.
It's like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Our birthdays include Michael Flatley. He's a dancing boy, and he buttons his shirt way down so the girls will look at his little bare chest. Ooh, dancing. You know, I don't know why. I used to make fun of him. It just seemed like he was such a freaking little, I don't know. Girls loved it. Maybe that's why I hated him. Michael Flatley is 68. Lord of the Dance. Lord of the Dance.
The dance.
Gosh. Remember that guy? Just, all of a sudden, I don't know where he came. Was that like a Broadway show or something? He popped up and came out of nowhere, and he just all of a sudden exploded everywhere.
Everybody was clogging or doing the Irish jig at that time.
Yeah. And I can't remember what started it, or was it a Broadway show maybe? I can't remember. It was back in the 90s, wasn't it? Or late 80s, 90s? 90s, I think. Anyway. Speaking of Clay, how about clog dancing? I could watch, some college girls clog dancing for a little while there. The little boots and everything, Sorry.
Keep moving.
Well, I was going to say high school girls, and that would have been offensive. Anyway, I tried to, be a gentleman about it. God. And now your little history note here. On this day in 1862, the Swift-Tuttle Comet is discovered by Lewis Swift in New York, and then a couple days later by Horace Tuttle in Massachusetts. The Swift-Tuttle Comet, 1862. Discovered. Now, it started approaching in 1992, and the orbit was estimated to have a 1 in 10,000 chance of colliding with Earth in 100 years and ending civilization entirely. More observations show that it will pass near Earth in 100 years, but probably won't hit us. And by the way, I don't understand this. It is believed, it says here, this comet was observed by the Chinese in 69 BCE and later 188 CE. What the hell CE? BCE and CE. Before Christ is one. What's BC?
I still do BCAD. I don't care. I don't care.
Whatever. Okay, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. Los Angeles, if you haven't seen the video, it's kind of cute. Los Angeles journalist lady named Rachel Menitoff doing a late night shot last night in Sherman Oaks, California, near Los Angeles, basically, talking about the heat wave. And as she's live on TV, late last night, she said, it's a lot more comfortable at this hour, but we're still in the 80s here in the valley. Overnight temperatures aren't necessarily dropping. This leads to less recovery down daytime heat, While she was saying that, a giant cockroach was proceeding from her sleeve, crawling across her neck and her bare neck chest area while she's speaking, and then eventually jumped onto her microphone and then flew away. Now, and you can look for the video. It's hysterical. You can see this great big cockroach crawling across her bare chest, neck area that's exposed by her shirt. The regular was, and she hasn't moved. And then they show the video about when they cut off the live shot. As soon as she got done, she said, "Oh, I feel something. I feel something." And then when they got done, she said, "Just get through this moment and then kind of shake it off." And then when the thing flew off, she looked like she was caught with a spider web. She's shaking her arms and flopping up her arms. I mean, it's really pretty funny, poor thing. And she did great. I mean, she said, just get through this, we'll be fine. And, of course, the story is about heat, and cockroaches are attracted to heat. By the way, former mayoral candidate, our buddy Spencer Pratt, said that the competitor who's on there now has made her district so filthy, you can't even do a quick news hit without cockroaches crawling over you like some Mumbai slum. And by the way, he says a median home price here is $1.5 million.
Yeah. She handled it well. Like most women, they handle cockroaches very well.
They do. That's right. They never get excited or hysterical.
But the worst was somewhere in the Midwest. It was a black reporter. It's a guy.
Yeah.
And a bug went in his mouth.
Yeah. I've seen that. That was I remember seeing that.
I think he quit and moved.
Yeah.
After that.
I didn't have to take this. There's another funny piece of video, by the way, too. And the story, when I saw this headline this morning, I thought it was going to be one thing, and it turned out to be a little bit something different. The headline was, Navy Blue Angels ultra-low flyover causes chaos on Florida beach. Thought we were going to be taken out. And I thought, oh, my God, what did they do? Well, it turns out that this is a yearly thing. It's the annual Breakfast with the Blues flyover. Part of the Navy Blue Angels, part of their Pensacola Beach Air Show. Every year they do it. They've been doing it for 80 freaking years or something. 250,000 people visit the beach town every year, and so this is part of their air show to celebrate the Blue Angels. And Navy Pensacola Air Base is right there. Anyway, the video is really amazing because one of those Blue Angels comes flying in about 8 feet over the beach, and all the people on the beach sideways. And if you've never been in a jet or seen a fighter jet that goes sideways like that when they swing around and oh man, how freaking cool was that? Well, of course, everything went flying. I mean, they had, sand, scented beach gear all over the place, airborne, right above their heads. They had, the crowd thought the jets were Fat Albert, Super Hercules plane with the Blue Angels, huge because it was so close. Tents were knocked down, but every one of them said beach chairs and umbrellas were flying, but they said it was awesome. It was worth it. And probably they'll remember this patriotic air display for as long as they live. Probably the best one I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was just going to be, watch a plane fly, but man, that was so freaking cool. It was thrilling. As it should be. And again, those military jets, I'm telling you, their pilots are all crazy, especially those chopper pilots. And when you hear those things screaming over you, that's the sound of liberty. That's the sound of freedom. I can't tell you how that is a real thing. for people who in the military. God bless them. And I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Anyway, 3:44 already. Holy cow!
Smells like victory.
That's right. In fact, I still have the Apocalypse Now editor's edition or director's edition on my Magic Music box. And again, I was mentioning the other day, Harrison Ford's in it. Played one of those boot lieutenants who's about 20 years old.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He's when the original scene when they bring in we just talked about Charlie Sheen's kid, the other one, Martin Sheen. Yeah,
daddy.
When they bring him in,
That's his dad.
Yeah.
Brothers Emilio Estevez.
There you go. When they bring him in to talk about it, one of the lieutenants who briefs him is Harrison Ford, who couldn't have been 20 years old in the movie Apocalypse.
You know, I remember watching that movie, and the only part of it I thought was any good was Marlon Brando crazy in the jungle.
Yeah.
The rest of it was a waste of time.
It was one thing after another of events of setting up. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that's why I haven't started. I've watched parts. I really haven't spent much time watching. It hasn't.
I saw some the other day I never knew.
What's that?
Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, was in the movie and had allegedly filmed a scene or something where she was a topless Playboy cover model.
In what movie?
In Apocalypse
Now.
And they cut her scene.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. I never heard that.
Now that
topless. I'll be damned. That's pretty cool. Donald Trump's speech is tonight, 9:00. Don't miss it. I think of course, we're the only radio station in Atlanta that doesn't really suck, but we're the only one playing, as far as I know, tonight too. We'll play the whole Trump speech at 9:00. We're the only ones, and you can hear it all. And we'll talk about it coming up here. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. All right, hold on. We got more. Look up.
Neil Bortz is only live on Extra 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. It's your mid-season check-in with your lawn equipment from Howard Brothers. Don't wait for your machine to slow down. Stay ahead of the repairs with Kawasaki Genuine Parts. From oil and filters to full-service kits, Kawasaki Genuine Parts deliver the reliability your equipment deserves. Get your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do. Find a location near you at howardbrothers.com.
This is Tom, the Honest Car Guy, and I'm here with Ron. And I'll let Ron tell you a little bit about his experience with us, and not only that, but the differences between a new car dealership and the Honest Car Guy, because there is a difference, with no doc fees and no addendums. It's kind of straightforward. They get to see what we pay for the car, and that's not something you get at a dealership.
Usually we're back and forth, and then you get like 1,400 pages of paper. And in this case, we did it all online. I mean, it was like, okay, I don't mind doing paperwork once I know that this is the deal.
And you got to see the financing, the numbers up
see all of it
before you even bought it. You can make that call, and within hours, we can find you the car you want from your home. I mean, I had a customer call me and say, hey, I bought a car in my pajamas.
If I'd have had some, I'd have been wearing them.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are a family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage. We do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Babe, can you knock out my honey-do list today?
Oh, I know. I told you I'd get to it this weekend.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. I can't fix your marriage, but I can fix your house. With our handyman for a day service, we'll handle those drywall patches, that door that won't latch, the leaky faucet, and the wood rot all around your house. The whole punch list, done fast, done right. You keep your weekend, she gets the house done. Everybody wins. Book your handyman for a day at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
There's a new vibe in Tucker, and it's teeing off at Heritage Golf Links. After a multi-million-dollar renovation, the course has never looked better. From pristine new greens and bunkers to the stunning 11,000 square foot putting green, Heritage Golf Links is ready to impress, challenge, and deliver an unforgettable round you'll come back for again and again. And when the sun goes down, the game keeps going. Our one-of-a-kind night range is lit up and open Friday and Saturday nights until 10 p.m., so your swing can shine under the lights. So, whether you're practicing, playing, or just enjoying the full-service bar and grill, Heritage Golf Links is the perfect place for golfers who want more than just a round. Heritage is a destination and a better golf experience. Located just minutes from downtown Atlanta, Heritage Golf Links is easily accessible from I-285 and I-85 in Tucker, Georgia. Reserve your tee time at heritagegolflinks.com. That's heritagegolflinks.com.
As America celebrates its 250th anniversary, this milestone is also a time to reflect on the enduring relationship between the U.S. and Israel, our greatest ally. President John F. Kennedy once said, "Israel is not created in order to disappear. Israel will endure and flourish." These words captured the spirit of a young democracy determined to survive. Two nations, thousands of miles apart, yet united by a shared value of democracy, faith, freedom, and resilience. That's flagpinifcj.org. As America celebrates 250 years of independence, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews turns to God in prayer, asking that his wisdom will guide elected officials and lead America and Israel to moral clarity and national unity. Sign up and receive a free U.S.-Israel flag pin when you go online to flagpinifcj.org. That's flagpinifcj.org.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder and the White Stripes. The White Stripes in 2007 played the shortest live show ever. And there was a reason for it. The White Stripes were at the George Street, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada show. And Jack White played a single C-sharp note, one note, accompanied by a bass drum and a crash cymbal. And that was the end of the show. One note and a cymbal crash, and that was the show. And then Jack White announced, "We have now officially played in every province and territory in Canada." Then they left the stage. The next night, they performed a show nearby St. John's, but he wanted to show that they would at least get in every single province, including Newfoundland, every part of Newfoundland in Canada, and played one note and then left. And so there you go. And by the way, but wasn't it funny when Donald Trump said, "Yeah, we're going to take Newfoundland. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take that." Y'all started freaking out.
I want Saskatchewan. That's what I want.
I understand they got hot babes
Alberta.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I want the oil.
Anyway, let's see. Our birthday list includes Ruben Blades. Ruben Blades is 78. He plays Daniel Salazar on Fear the Walking Dead. Ruben Blades, at 78, also, as you may not know, is a graduate of Harvard and also a graduate of Harvard Law School. Ruben Blades, the actor. Now, who am I thinking about was the boxer that reminds me of the name Ruben Blades, who was unjustifiably convicted of murder and then got out and became
Hurricane.
Yeah, Blades.
Ruben Hurricane Carter.
Ruben Carter. That's what it is. I got Ruben Blades and Ruben Carter. That's what I got confused.
Yeah, two different people
Rubens.
of color there, Kimmer.
Well, it's black guys, so have the name, the same name.
They're not both black.
No,
one is Hispanic.
Well, black, Hispanic. I mean.
Oh, my God. All right, let's mark that. 3:53 p.m. is when the illustrious career of the Kimmer,
ladies and gentlemen,
came to an end. 3:53 p.m. When we do the show tomorrow without you, we'll commemorate
I didn't know his place. I don't know how. Who knew? I don't know. Everybody. Anyway, and now let me turn it around with a salute. Well, unfortunately, it's a white guy.
Unfortunately,
this isn't going to help at all. But I love this story. In fact, I got a quiz. Flounder, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Jerry Mahoney?
From Police Academy?
No, sir. Good guess. Have you ever heard of Knucklehead Smith?
Heard of Knucklehead Sandwich.
Okay, no, sir. Have you ever heard of Paul Winchell?
I have not.
Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney. Pete Davis, you old enough to remember Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll tell you my Paul Winchell story.
Okay, no. Paul Winchell was a TV star of the Paul Winchell Show, and he was a ventriloquist. And two of his dummies were Jerry Mahoney and Knucklehead Smith, S-M-I-F-F. Jerry Mahoney would sit in his lap, and they would chat and so forth. And the same with Knucklehead. And he was a ventriloquist. He did a comedy act, and he had a talent show, variety show, stuff like that. Well, Paul Winchell from the TV show also got the first American patent for an implantable artificial heart.
Yeah, he was smart.
The ventriloquist.
Yeah.
He developed with the assistance of a guy whose name was Henry Heimlich. Yes, that Henry Heimlich of the Heimlich maneuver got together with Paul Winchell, and Paul Winchell got the patent for the first artificial heart. By the way, Paul Winchell also did the voice of Tigger in Winnie the Pooh movies. Paul, what an amazing story. Now, nobody knew that when he was doing 1958 or whatever it was, and I used to watch him as a kid. I remember, Jerry Mahoney and Knucklehead Smith. Yeah. Well, that's right, boy. Yeah,
I saw him as an actor, and he's a pretty good actor too. I'd never have cared for ventriloquism, especially after that movie
silly.
Magic with Anthony.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, that was freaking scary. The guy came to life or something. I gave him yeah.
Several years ago, I bought one of those Christmas compilation things, which goes back to the 1950s and 60s and 70s, and gets all these old TV shows you probably never heard of with their Christmas specials, which is they're very amusing. The Beverly Hillbillies and all the good ones had in there.
Cool.
But there was one. Paul Winchell had a show which no one remembers, and the Christmas story was he's a bachelor living alone in the suburbs with his dolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And the neighbors need to go to a party or something, so they leave their little 10-year-old boy to stay with Paul for the evening, and it was weird.
What, like playing with dolls or something? Or?
And Paul Winchell's walking around in some kind of Liberace bathrobe type thing. And it was
with the little boy?
Cringeworthy. It was cringeworthy.
Oh my!
Wow. And back then it was totally, it was, but now you look at it from our perspective.
Yeah, you can.
No, take the boy with you to the party.
No, that would be bad. Yeah. Oh, mercy. All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Got a Flounder's Funny here coming up in about 65 seconds. A reminder, Donald Trump's speech is tonight, and for the record, he says he will, on a primetime speech about free and fair elections as a major announcement emerges. He said it's going to be one of the most important speeches of his presidency. If it doesn't get bigger, because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country. We'll be discussing other things, too, but it'll be a big, big announcement. Now, the latest I've heard was that he will be talking about Chinese interference in the election by printing up ballots. And the other point that I heard as a tease might be coming up in the speech tonight at 9 o'clock here exclusively on 106.3. One of the other parts was that the CIA knew about it and refused to stop it or acknowledge it because they thought it would help Donald Trump. Just like former FBI Director Christopher Wray said he didn't want to say that the Hunter laptop was phony because it might affect the election, which it would have. It would have changed it entirely. But the CIA knew about it and didn't stop it, apparently. We'll see if that's true tonight. Little Flounder's Funny, if you will, sir. Coming up news time here. Very soon. You'll news and Flounder's Funny and...
We grew up like wild dogs in the 60s.
Jerry?
There was no nutrition. Nothing of knowledge of nutrition, education, safety. Can you even imagine the world I am describing? No helmets, no seatbelts, no restraints. Anything came to a stop, we just flew through the air. I was either eating 100% sugar or airborne. That was my childhood. My parents, they did not know where my school was. They did not know what my grades were. They didn't know where I was. I was like a raccoon to my parents. You know there's one around, but no one's tracking the actual whereabouts.
We used to come home from school and get changed into our play clothes and disappear till dinner. We just, have fun. Bye-bye. Get on your bike and off you go.
It gets dark.
Yeah.
Dinner time. Or our next door neighbors had a bell where their kids.
Yeah, my mother would whistle.
Yeah. And so we heard the neighbor's bell. We knew it was time to go home.
When that porch light came on,
bingo.
You better get in.
Better be on the way. All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3. How's your Thursday? Look out. Stand by.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A sixth night of airstrikes on Lisa Brady, Fox News. The latest wave of strikes on Iran launched this afternoon, even as White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt says the president is always open to diplomacy.
Iran very much continues to talk to the United States of America and express that they want to make a deal with us because they are suffering devastating blows on behalf of our United States military.
Though publicly Iran remains defiant, with a military spokesman calling it a red line for the U.S. to interfere in the Strait of Hormuz. The White House says a speech tonight will focus on election security and that no one should prejudge it.
The president plans to reveal newly declassified intelligence assessments about vulnerabilities to election systems during 2020.
It will shock you if you have an honest eye listening to the president tonight, and everything he is saying will be backed by facts and by evidence.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says President Trump will also remark on intensifying attacks on Iran and the economy. Top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer warns tonight's speech is not about 2020.
It's about undermining the 2026 election before a single vote has been cast.
Dozens of recounts, court cases, and audits of the 2020 election have found no widespread fraud.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. You can hear special coverage of the president beginning at 9 Eastern tonight at foxnewsradio.com. Federal safety investigators confirming the remains of several geese were found on the wreckage of a sightseeing helicopter that crashed in New York City last year, killing a family of 5 from Spain and the pilot. One witness telling the NTSB there were many big geese in the area just before that crash into the Hudson River, but the crash remains under investigation. Stocks finished lower after a mixed session. The Dow down 105 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK, LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Yes. This is that little sad song about fathers and sons not getting along or knowing each other and stuff like that, I guess, or something or other, huh? Harry Chapin. Sad day for Harry on this day in 1981. Harry Chapin, success in the 70s with Taxi, WOLD, and the #1 hit Cats in the Cradle. Harry Chapin was killed at the age of 38. On this day in 1981, Harry Chapin had a cardiac arrest incident while he was driving on a New York expressway. And the Silver Spoon, his car was hit from behind by a tractor trailer and caused the gas tank to explode. But he was apparently killed by a heart attack, cardiac arrest before the explosion. Harry Chapin, 1981. Yeah, I mean, that was a sad song. Isn't that sad song about father and son not being close and things like that?
Sad song.
Yeah,
Yes, very sad.
Yeah. Birthday list includes Phoebe Cates.
Yep.
Phoebe Cates is 63 years old. She was Linda in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Also Kate in Gremlins, and she's married to Kevin Kline. Phoebe Cates, 63 today. She went to a Juilliard School, music and arts, and also American Ballet Company. Was married to American Ballet.
And topless.
And topless, and was a diving board.
Beautiful woman.
She's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Just classy, just a beautiful woman. 63-year-old Phoebe Cates.
Married to
Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
I just mentioned that, ma'am. Absolutely.
By the way.
So, yes.
We just got strafed by 2 fighter jets. Second time this week.
Really?
3 top level.
Really?
Yeah. I guess they're out of Dobbins, and they are just real low, and it shook the house.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
You got to get video next time. Oh, cool. How cool is
by
that?
By the time I get on the front porch, they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone, yeah. Wow.
and I can see
I wonder
if you're out there and these things are coming for you, it's scary as hell if they're dropping bombs or shooting.
Yeah. On the other hand, not only scary, you're saying, thank God they're scary for the bad guys. Trust me.
I would hate to see that because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's right. It's over. And by the way, there is such a thing as a rocket's red glare. Hold on. Hey, phone call, take a priority. Hey, you're on the radio.
Swatoon on the horn.
Swatoon, how you doing, sir? Welcome aboard. What's up?
Thank you, man. You asked earlier why did Jewish people vote for progressive Democrats.
Yeah.
And I can tell you why.
Okay.
It's because it's for today for lots of young Americans and Americans in general, it's much better to feel like good about what you're doing than actually accepting the truth. Because when they think they are right side of the history and they think that they're going to be forgiven, even though that's not true.
Well, I
agree.
I think that it makes a lot of sense, and a lot of this is just, to me, it's sort of intellectual laziness, or lack of courage, or just, it's a lack of backbone or depth of character or something lacking that allows that to fester like this and be taken over. Again, well, we mentioned that 103 Democrats in Congress voted to cut off aid to Israel. I find that's unbelievable.
You know what's funny? Japan gets more money from the United States than Israel. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that. I'll be darned.
Yeah, they're getting more money from us than actually Israel. And as I told you before, I am Muslim, and I will never vote for any radical Muslim to come in power. Like Mandami guy, he needs to get out because his only way to do what he wants to do is to remove the Constitution.
Yeah.
And people like that need to either leave the country or they need to be removed from the office.
Yeah, and not only, and what's hurts also is Swatoon, is people like you who come to this country for the right reasons, do the right thing. American citizens who love America, become part of our culture and part of our nation, what we're doing for the future and everything else. And the people like Mondami and those other guys are ruining once again even the issue of being Muslim in America these days. And it's really a shame because after what happened in 9/11, all of a sudden, the word Muslim got pretty dirty there for a while, and so to bring it back into a part of our culture for wanting to be part of America is ruined by guys like Mondami who are just bringing it all up to all the crap again. It's just I can see where it's an issue, and we got to erase it.
Oh yeah, I mean the problem also in America, it's mainstream media I mean, Trump just needs to declare them as an enemy of the people.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's right, June. Always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you. Enjoy your summer going along here. 408, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. A quick history. Oh, hold on. Phone calls take priority. Wait, Kimmer, Pete.
Leela on the horn.
Leela, hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Way back when, we went to a concert, Harry Chapin, at the Civic Center.
Oh, really?
And it was a horrible night that night. And we got there in time, but they made the announcement that they were going to delay it a little bit to give everybody a chance to get there because the traffic was so bad, which I thought was rather, considerate of everybody because you could tell it, and it was just awful. But when he started, you could honestly feel the electricity going through the crowd. It was a fantastic concert, and at the end, he went out to the lobby and visited with everybody.
No kidding.
Yeah,
well,
it was.
I don't really know anything about him. Did he come across to you? Did you get a chance to talk to him, or did he leave you an impression? What did you think about him as a person? I mean, did he seem?
He just really seemed down to earth and very sincere and very honest. And his brother was there too, who took over a lot after he died. But yeah, he just seemed to be a very honest, straightforward, genuine person. And it was a great concert, and he was just really nice. The fact that he talked to us was nice too.
I'll be darned. Well, that's a great story. What a shame, you had a heart attack on the expressway and got blown up by a tractor trailer to hit him after he. Oh, mercy!
I
Poor
know
guy.
his music was just fantastic.
Yeah,
I just loved
he
it.
could sing.
I still love Dance Band on the Titanic.
There you go. All right, sweetie. You have a great afternoon, Leah. Always a pleasure to talk about Kimmer Babes out there, keeping us in check. Thanks, sweetie. 410, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. By the way, this morning, when the Biden book came out, announcement, he did a little promo for it. We didn't have the audio last night or yesterday in the show, but they played it on the morning show this morning. And in case you missed it, when they announced the Biden Auto Pen President book that came out, they had to use subtitles. Did you see the video announcement? They had to use subtitles because you can still barely understand him. In fact, the Babylon Bees come out with a couple of quick rejected titles for Biden's new memoir. One is, "If you don't read this, you ain't black." Or, how about my time as, the thing. Anyway, freaking Biden book. Who is going to buy? In fact, I was reading the story of there's a former major Democratic fundraiser woman who said she's going to come out with her own book to talk about how, there was no question that they had to hide him. They did everything they could, and this book is a joke, and they were afraid. They wish he'd shut up and go away. Everybody in the Democrat Party is wishing he would just disappear. And it's making things worse and worse. And, of course, that's not going to happen because it's that wife of his. I guarantee it's that freaking wife of his. She's responsible for most of the crap that's going on in this country.
I'm sure the Dems don't want to pay him off because he's going to die soon.
Yeah. Well, that the NGOs have already bought a couple of 100,000 of those books to put them in the dumpster. But that way he'll get his money.
We'll see him at the dollar store pretty soon.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Dollar General.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what they do. They send them off there, and that's how
right.
they get bestseller.
Yeah. They can claim that they were bought. And therefore, they count as books sold.
Books sold.
Yeah, even though they're bought by NGOs, by the Democrat Party. So, but it still counts. Anyway, Scott Bessent. My voice cracked. I don't know what's going on. Oh, no, I'm not sure I had to. I found a little soundbite of Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, who was making a point about people saying that the leftists aren't really as dangerous as we think. He said, oh, yeah, he was also a target himself. Here's Scott Bessent talking about it.
Let me pull it up here real quick.
Oh, Daisy.
Sorry.
You do cover it after the break?
No, we'll get it right here.
Again, he was talking about the fact that they wanted to kill him, too. Scott Bessent, these leftists, these are all Democrats doing this.
But I'm going to remind everyone in this room and all the media that I was the subject of an assassination attempt February 2024 by an addled left-wing activist 2 hours after being sworn into my job. So any of you who want to report that this is a fiction and does not exist, be there for the sentencing this August. So
the guy was carrying a folding knife, 2 improvised Molotov cocktails, went to the Capitol police officer, and he said he was intending to kill a cabinet nominee, and Scott Bessent would have been just great. The guy said apparently he wrote a note and it said, "This is terrible, but I can't do nothing while Nazis kill my sisters." So I don't know what that means. But anyway, Scott Besson, and again, it's this Democrat Party, which has now gone half crazy in the last several years. It's a party of violence and hate. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Kimmer Pete Flounder, how you doing? Thursday, a beautiful, hot, steamy one here today. I got my car back, and I left my garage opener. Never mind. Oh, my God.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
If I wanted to bore the devil out of you and have the folks at Extra 106.3 finally tell me to take a hike, I could just keep telling you what I think about government schools, how hideous and horrible they are. You want to thank somebody? I hate to say it because I like the guy. Thank Jimmy Carter. He needed union votes to win that election. So he promised he would establish the Department of Education as a trade for support from teachers' unions in the election, and it worked. And we're saddled with students now that can't read, can't do basic math. Let me tell you how important this was to the unions. Albert Shanker, years ago, the president of the American Federation of Teachers, some reporter asked him at a news conference about the status of education. Well, what about the students? Are you failing the students? And Shanker said, I'll worry about the students when they can vote in union elections. Are you getting a hint? Well, here's the latest. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek. She's signing a bill that, now listen, removes reading, writing, and math requirements for high school graduation. You no longer have to meet the standard of reading or writing or math in order to graduate in Oregon. Why did she do this? To help students of color. Yeah, help them into a totally worthless high school diploma. But in Oregon, Washington State, California, if you can't read, write, or do math, you can always get a commercial driver's license and drive trucks. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Join Daniel Matalon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is Joyette Holmes, chair of the Georgia State Board of Pardons and Parole. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So you got into an argument. Things got heated. Then a fight broke out, and it landed you in jail. Now what? You need A Second Chance Bail Bonds. They can get you or your loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a few hours. So make the right call. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Have you downloaded your mobile driver's license yet? If no, why not? The Georgia Digital Driver's License and ID is available in your Apple, Google, and Samsung wallet. It's free, secure, and easy to use. Download it today to skip the line when you visit a DDS center. To learn more about Georgia's digital license and ID, visit dds.georgia.gov. That's dds.georgia.gov. sponsored by the Georgia Department of Driver Services.
This is Tom, the honest car guy, and we got a surprise call in from a customer of ours, Travis, out in Jefferson, Georgia. Travis, good to hear from you, buddy. You want to tell a little bit about the experience you had with me at the honest car guy?
The whole experience, honestly, was one of the smoothest car experiences that we've ever gone through, meaning that there's no pressure. There's no runaround. It's just straight up honest service. The price that you guys present or find for you, that's what you are going to pay. And you just get a great deal. I've been educated to a newer process of the car dealership game. You guys have not come in and you're setting the benchmark for how car dealing and car buying and car selling really should be.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
All right, here we go. Smokey time. Smokey Robinson. On this day in 1972, the vocal genius gave his last concert with the Miracles. Smile on my face. That's all I had was one-liner about Smokey. His last concert with the Miracles, 1972, Smokey Robinson. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. I've only got a few birthday. For some reason, I have a very short birthday list of any note. So, Pete Davis, I think I'm going to steal a sports birthday. I got 3 here. I'll do one I'll bet you we're not going to do. Happy birthday to Margaret Court, the Hall of Fame tennis girl. Margaret Court is 84. And by the way, when I saw this, it reminded me, if you've ever seen the old videos of things like the ladies tennis champions and so forth from 50, 60 years ago, boy, has tennis changed.
Yes.
Holy moly.
They did not hit very hard back then.
Yeah. They're dainty, with a little, holy crap. Seriously.
Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova began really smacking the ball.
Yeah. But they didn't, it's like they didn't want to break a sweat or something, it was really, and the same thing with the skating. Olympic women's skating, winter skating stuff. When they did tiny little loops or something and little skirts and stuff. And now, and gymnastics too. You wouldn't have done what they're doing now. What a change in women's sports over the last a few decades. Really tremendous changes.
Margaret Court, very controversial. She speaks her mind. She doesn't care. She speaks her mind on a lot of issues. Yeah. And she's right about some of the issues. And she won a lot of the Australian Opens because a lot of the women. Some of the men too would not go down there and play that Open.
Really, because of the
distance. It's too far. They didn't like to go all the way down there. Yeah.
Anyway, happy birthday. Margaret Court is 84 today. And on this day in history, Larry, can I finish? Can I finish, Larry? Larry, can I just finish? Remember those words? Ross Perot. Larry.
The best was Saturday Night Live. Watch his face.
Yeah.
Oh, forget that. Dana Carvey.
Yeah. Larry, can I finish? Weren't they driving with a little dog? And Ross Perot, who was the running mate? That psycho military guy wanted to bomb everybody.
He wasn't psycho. It was
William May, or wasn't it? Who was the guy?
He was a hero, actually, and they made fun of him.
They made fun of him. And he was driving the car with a dog, and remember those fake commercials?
He kicked him out, and Phil Hartman was chasing him behind there. Couldn't get rid of him.
God, General Curtis May. Curtis LeMay was one of them. That was not. He was a bomber guy. It was the guy said, "What am I doing here? Who am I? What am I doing here?" I can't remember his name.
Started with an H, didn't it?
And he actually was a war hero. He was a serious military guy. But boy, did they blast him for a million things. Anyway, Ross Perot on this day in 1992 dropped out of the presidential race, even though he actually never was a candidate. The Texas billionaire, Ross Perot, re-entered 2.5 months later in 1992 because he had spent $10 million of his own money when he was out maintaining his campaign organization and making new ads, even though he wasn't ever really a candidate. And later, Ross Perot would claim he dropped out because of threats to disrupt his daughter's wedding. Anyway, Ross Perot was, what a character. He was a chain of department stores? I forgot where he got his money. And he had very strict...
Oil.
Was it oil man? Was that it? I don't remember. But he had very strict dress codes at work. I mean, he was a real taskmaster. He didn't take crap from anybody, and you had to follow it. It was like the old-fashioned big blue uniform stuff for the computer people back in the day.
And wasn't he also in computers too?
I think so.
He had his hands in a lot of stuff.
Ross Perot, 1992, dropped out of the race. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 423. Let's see. Oh, some political stuff here, which is amazing. Have you heard the response from False Walsh, the governor of Minnesota, the man who put tampons in boys' restrooms, the man who had neighbors spy on neighbors during the COVID thing, the man who was spent decades in the National Guard and then turned his back when his troops went to war and then pretended he went to war and held a weapons war. He's been phony and fake for everything. The dancing man, Tinkerbell Fairy Boy, dancing around trying to be a vice president of the United States. Well, Tim Walsh now is reacting to the Trump administration deporting the pedophile that he allowed to stay in Minnesota. You'll recall the case. It was the guy convicted of sexual misconduct, repeatedly raped a girl between the ages of 10 and 12, offered her $10 not to tell anybody, got convicted, and then he was going to be deported. And Governor Walsh and his committee declared him free. What do you call it? Pardoned him and allowed him to stay in the state. And Rubio and Donald Trump said, no, you don't. So they deported the guy, whether he liked it or not. But here's how Tim Walsh reacted to getting the guy that he wanted to stay there, getting him deported. Here's his reaction. Did that make us any safer? Did that make the children that are left behind any more stable? Did it improve the idea that we can all be judged on our worst day?
Oh, my God.
Did it improve the idea that we can't all be judged by our worst day?
Yes, we can.
And then he said, and I want to be very clear, these are horrific crimes. They often are. They often are.
Oh, my God. That's okay
I swear to God, that's what he said. Oh, my God. Did it improve the idea that we can't all be judged by our worst day? And these horrific crimes,
because none of our worst day involved sexually attacking a child.
Yeah, for 2 years. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how in his brain that he even thought that this would be a good response to anything about an issue like this.
I would hold my worst day up against that, yes.
Oh, my God. And then he said, these are horrific crimes. They often are. They often are. Often?
These people are insane.
Jesus.
There's no survival instinct in these people. There's no empathy. They claim to be the empathetic party. He doesn't give a rat's butt about the victims that have been, the pain for the families that still have to go through, that child that has to grow up with that memory. Yeah. He has no empathy whatsoever for them people. He just says he does, but he obviously doesn't with his actions. His actions is what speaks for Tim Walsh.
I mean, I'm flabbergasted. And during the decision to pardon the child molester, Walsh incorrectly stated, well, let's remember they were both minors. The guy was in his 20s. The girl was 10. So
20s?
Yeah.
That is a minor to this?
Yeah. False Walsh pretended, trying to, once again to say, well, they're just kids. They don't know what they're doing.
That's just a bald-faced lie. And he knows it.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. There's no justification for anything like this. I'm just, my God. And one more thing.
Oh,
no, I'm sorry.
Before you do one more thing, let me just share something that Ron DeSantis said. You ready?
Yeah.
Talking about governors who know what they're doing and governors who don't know what they're doing. Ron DeSantis of Florida.
Yeah.
A woman named Brittany says, the weird thing is Florida has the most deportations in the country, but zero drama. Why is that? And Governor Ron DeSantis answered, because in Florida, local law enforcement is statutorily required to assist DHS, enacted due to my insistence after vetoing a House-led sanctuary bill. Yeah. And local officials know I will remove them from office if they don't follow the law.
There you are.
That's a governor.
He's a man. He's a leader. He's a man. He's standing up for what's right. How could these freaking Democrats even begin to in any way justify this kind of thing? I mean, seriously.
Maybe they're pedophiles themselves. Maybe the truth is there was the New York pizza thing. Who knows at this point?
I don't know. Well, suspected child molester Chuck Schumer got caught. He refused to weigh in about the latest scandal going on now. Just broke out again today. You know that Senator Ruben Gallego from Arizona, the Democrat. Apparently,
Eric Swalwell's best friend.
Swalwell's best friend, yeah. Gallego, yeah. He was having sexual relationships with at least 2 Democrat House staffers who didn't even work for him. Members are not barred from having relationships with staffers outside their office, so he was having a bunch of them. And when he was asked to weigh in on the scandal, Schumer tapped his speech railing against Donald Trump and said, well, I'm not focused on that. I'm going to talk about Donald Trump now. I mean, what a bunch of scumbags. Yeah, what a bunch of scoundrels. I mean, seriously. I hold everything. Phone calls take priority. Hey,
real quick, we have Mark who may have some information on what we were talking about with, what was the president we were just talking about? The guy who...
Ross Perot?
Yeah, Ross Perot.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, welcome.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was a huge fan of Ross Perot, and I remember doing some research on him. I had one of his banners on my motorcycle windshield, but I recall that he was famous for doing something with the Postal Service Jeeps. Either he reconfigured the bodies to make them replaceable or something to do with the engine components, but he went with a defense contractor he may have done business with and made the postal vehicles much more reliable and basically transformed them. I'm not sure if it had to do with the body style or shape or the engines or the transmissions, something, but he made the postal vehicles much longer lasting vehicles.
You know what? I have a vague memory of something. I forgot. Now you brought that up. I have a vague memory of something. It was a whole fleet of vehicles, and I don't remember more specifics about it. But he had his finger in a lot of stuff. I guess he was a billionaire. I mean, and what a character too. You know, and he he said what he meant. He said what he wanted to say, and he stood by his guns. And you got to respect the guy for that. He was a successful guy.
Yeah, I think his downfall was having Stockdale as his VP when he got up there in his
Stockdale, Admiral Stockdale, that was it. Yeah, did they blast him? Oh, what a shame. Because he was an admiral. He was a warrior. Anyway.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Ross Perot dropped out of the race.
Some people believe that that's what got Bill Clinton elected.
Yeah. Well, I think that may well be true. I mean, that really was a disruptive time. And Clinton came off as a nice middle-of-the-road Democrat, even though he was kind of a scoundrel.
Democrat.
That when he went on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone.
Played the freaking saxophone, yeah.
Got the young vote right there.
Yeah. Woof, woof, woof. God. Hold on. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder like on Thursday or something. I don't know.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our extra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the extra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
You know, this weather gets hot and then muggy, a little cooler. Doesn't matter. It's planting and growing season, and that's where Stovall & Company comes in, your wholesale landscaping supply for you builders and contractors, really. And again, I'll start off with telling you, if you need something, your homeowner wants something really weirdly special you heard about one time, and you don't know where it is, but Stovall does, and they don't have it, they'll tell you where else to get it. I mean, what a company. You need an on-site job delivery right now. It's on the way. I mean, their name's on the door, so they go above and beyond. And they got the plants and trees and flowers and shrubs and sod and sprinklers and concrete bases for kitchen or, fireplace by the pool. They got it all. StovallInc.com.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
A ring is not just about how it looks today, it's about how it holds value over time. With competitive pricing,
price matching, and strong trade-up and trade-in values, Solomon Brothers helps protect your decision long after the moment passes. Because for over 44 years, we have helped Atlanta choose jewelry that marks life's most important chapters. Solomon Brothers, helping Atlanta say I do since 1982. Book a private shopping appointment online.
Step right up, America. Got equipment to sell or looking for something ready to work? PurpleWave.com. At Purple Wave Auction, it's as easy as it gets. Easy to sell, easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve, all online. Register for free.
No reserve. Don't wait. Get swinging over to PurpleWave.com. PurpleWave.com.
In the U.S., there's a break-in every 26 seconds, a crazy stat. But when intruders step near, SimpliSafe Home Security steps up. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and advanced AI alerts, SimpliSafe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them, stopping the crime before it starts. Because when it comes to your family's safety, the best break-in protection is prevention. SimpliSafe, they earn your business by keeping you safe and satisfied every day. And that's why they'll never lock you in with a long-term contract or cancellation fees. And it's why monitoring and deterrence plans start affordably at around $1 a day. It's no wonder that SimpliSafe has been named the best home security system by U.S. News and World Report for 6 years running, and America's best customer service in home security by Newsweek. Join the more than 6 million people who trust SimpliSafe to protect their homes and their families today. Right now, save 50% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/Beck. Half off at simplisafe.com/Beck. There is no safe like SimpliSafe.
Now we got this whistling thing going on here again. We're trying to get all the stories on.
Let's check in with Pete.
Have to break in with the whistle. Don't get all the stories on. So
actually covered.
I've got to do all the ones I planned on.
Well, despite that last-minute blitz before the bottom of the hour, we tried to sneak in several.
I tried to get a couple of yours.
Of the 12 stories, you upended the Flounder's life with this morning.
Easy on them today.
You have done Cinco
de Mayo. That would be 5.
That would be 5.
I only know that because the 5th of May is would be 5. So
is what? What is this?
Cinco de Mayo? The 5th of May would be the Mexican Independence Day. Their celebration.
It is not Mexican Independence Day.
All right, then it is the drinking on the job day because that's what they do.
It's when they beat the French. They were beating the French army doing something. But the
Bastille. That's not Bastille Day. That's a French day.
No.
Well, Cinco de Mayo. I thought it was in the Mexican Independence.
No, that's in October.
Well, what the hell is Cinco de Mayo then?
They beat the French army. They beat Maximilian or whatever.
Who can't beat the French army? That's a reason to celebrate. Who can't beat the French army?
The Mexican army. Right, that's who celebrates beating the French army.
Okay, all right. Fine. It's fine with me. I hold everything 4:35, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And we got a little something here. And then we're going to talk about that psycho from Canada who's still in ICE custody. But first, a little something we like to call Pete's Tweets.
I got one for you today, but it's a good one.
All right, sir.
Encyclopedia Britannica. Yes, they still exist.
Yeah, all right.
Tweets that Orville Wright died January 30th, 1948.
Wow.
Singer Kenny Loggins was born January 7th, 1948.
Okay.
This means the guy who invented flight and the guy who sang Danger Zone from Top Gun were alive at the same time.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins. I'll be damned. Well, there you are. And the Babylon Bee's got a couple for you. Study shows mysterious link between trying to run over ICE agent and bullet striking windshield. Health safety tip. Before consuming lettuce, try being a man and eating real food. And one more related. Explosive diarrhea epidemic traced to gain of function lab at Taco Bell Institute. Let's see. In light of the World Cup soccer thing, IKEA furniture now includes helpful instructions on how to swear in Swedish. And police instantly dispersed teen takeover by firing job applications into the crowd, which is fairly funny and amusing, too. And by the way, we got another teen takeover thing, 2 of them in the news. But first, as we continue, if you haven't seen the video, you really ought to look at it. It tells a lot about the story of that woman, the wife from Canada, and her hate-filled husband, who is now in ICE custody along the Jersey Shore because she, on the 4th of July weekend, is caught now on video. I've seen the video. New York Post even has a video of this psychopath redhead from Canada, this guy's wife, slugging a young girl who was with some young girlfriends because she was wearing Trump-type clothes and MAGA clothes. And the video shows this woman from Canada, Caitlin Tracy, 33, is a psycho redhead. She's wearing black leather short shorts and a black leather vest, and she has like buckles and badges and patches on it, like some kind of freaking biker chick, a redhead, and she slugs and just roundhouse slaps this young girl, and then sees a camera and gives double finger birds to the camera, and now she's been taken into custody. She's overstayed her visa by 2 years. She's married to an American, but she's been here illegally for 2 years, and they have her at Delaney Hall, the immigration center in Newark.
Let her stay in prison.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, her husband, Matthew, has been wishing death on President Trump and his family. And here's what the husband says. This whole situation has been blown out of proportion, and a person like Kate does not belong in any facility. My wife has never been in trouble in her entire life. She's never had any kind of situation like this. This one little situation that was really a nothing burger when it happened has been blown out of control by conservatives online and caused my wife to be put in a detention center. He's the guy.
We have the video.
Yeah, the video. Yeah, this is the guy who wanted Donald Trump and his entire family to get cancer, including his kids. Yeah. And this woman, I guarantee that she's never had a calm life and never done anything like. She looks like she's out of her mind. She's a psychopath. Look at the video.
On that kid. She beat on the kid twice.
She could have smacked her head off. I mean, she slammed him. Big roundhouse smacks. Of a young girl, teenage girl with her friends on the boardwalk in Jersey. I mean, my God.
Yeah, teenage, yeah.
And speaking of that, I got another story here, which I think, here we go. Now, this bothers me, and again, this is a story about something very uncomfortable, and there are two of them, and I'm hoping I can get somebody to explain these kinds of things, because it's more and more and more and more, and that's what's happening, and that's why I'm talking about it. Arizona. An In-N-Out Burger. A storm struck at this location, and the In-N-Out Burger suddenly had an awful lot of people coming inside to get out of monsoon rains. So the restaurant, the In-N-Out Burger in Arizona, I'm trying to find the exact close location. I'll get it here in a second, hopefully. Anyway, In-N-Out Burger, Arizona, and all these customers started coming in, or people maybe didn't want to be customers to get out of the rain, a horrible storm, monsoon rains. And all of a sudden, a fight broke out. Somebody hit somebody so hard they completely crashed to the ground. That's when the others got involved. People started fighting, and the families are going, oh, my God, what the hell's going on? And many of them just stayed there watching this like it was incredible. Again, it was a public confrontation. One guy saying, no, I'm so sick and tired of this. I can't even take my family to public places because of this crap that's going on around the country. And it was young black people.
Again.
It's young black people fighting each other at the In-N-Out Burger, getting out of the rain, and one thing led to another, and somebody must have dissed somebody, and they got in a fight. Thank God nobody got shot. That was in an In-N-Out Burger in Arizona. Now, at the same time, there's video. I just saw this video a few minutes ago in Baltimore at a 7-Eleven. An old guy, kind of like me, walking into a 7-Eleven at night, and all of a sudden 6 young black teenagers attack him. Beat him, kick him, throw stuff at him.
We put up with it.
It's unbelievable. Again, young black teenagers. Yeah. What the hell's going on? And again, I say this as an old white guy, so I mean, this is not a racist story, but it's a racial issue. Yes. What the hell's going on?
No father. They have no father. They're raised by their mothers and grandmothers. You probably do their best, but there's no daddies because the government kicked the daddies out.
But I mean, honestly, we could talk about this every day.
Yes.
And it can't just be because it can't just be because more people are paying attention and it's now making the news. But it's all over social media too, and even more than that are covering on the main news. But again, what the hell's going on?
They got to change the law. Don't matter how young you are. If you do something like this and endanger people around you, you're going to spend some time in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, you're spending time in jail. I don't care how old you are.
Yeah. I mean, it's really
stop it.
It's really out of control, and you wonder what for. You know why they're outside alone at night, because there's nobody to stop them from being outside alone at night.
How did El Salvador stop their major crime problem? Because the president started locking up the criminals.
Remember, El Salvador is where they were going to send the prisoners from here because they have more jails. They're the place where if you get caught in El Salvador, they're the ones where they line you up and make you bow your head and walk on your knees to the jail. And they had like 9,000 prisoners. And I mean,
I'm telling you, anybody who says that there's no room or we can't build any more prisons has never driven west out of Salt Lake City and then turned north through Nevada.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of places.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Prisons.
It's a lot. That's right.
Especially at night when there's no lights.
Yeah, you don't see anything. In fact, I remember the first time I drove across like desert land like that at night, and it was really eerie because the plants kind of reflect moonlight or something, okay, or
Coyotes,
stars, or
eyes reflect back like alligators in a swamp.
Yeah, really.
You don't want to be get out of your car and start walking. You don't want to do that.
No, you can't do that. Something will get you.
By the way, I want to hear the story about the magic mushrooms that let you see
my God.
people.
I got it right
and
here.
I want to see the alien meteorite.
I got him next. I got him right here. You can see him right here on YouTube. The two next, and then later we'll get to Donald Trump firing a guy who just got hired, a U.S. attorney guy, and probably deserved it. But we got the chemistry and the mushrooms. And they're both coming up next, and it's, here we go, and it leads to some interesting questions. Anyway, Kemper Pete and Flounder, it's almost 4:45 already. Holy cow. And we have Holy Crap at Sports coming up, and the big soccer game final is on Sunday. I saw him taking down the sign today out front, just getting ready for the last two contestants of the big board they have for all the soccer.
The big board.
The big board. Kemper Pete and Flounder, look out. Here we go.
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. It's your mid-season check-in with your lawn equipment from Howard Brothers. Don't wait for your machine to slow down. Stay ahead of the repairs with Kawasaki Genuine Parts. From oil and filters to full-service kits, Kawasaki Genuine Parts deliver the reliability your equipment deserves. Get your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do. Find a location near you at howardbrothers.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org. Helping warriors navigate to success after service.
On the fence about a fence? Hi, this is Jared with Accent Fence. Make the right choice and call Accent Fence. Whether it's wood, aluminum, vinyl, composite, steel, or chain link, Accent Fence can build you the perfect fence for your home. And with no money down financing available, now is the time to get your new fence. Explore fence options and read all of our 5-star Google reviews at accentfence.net. Then call and set up your free in-home consultation at 770-995-7463. For a fence that lasts, visit accentfence.net.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
770-422.
Tug and Low start your day the right way on the Morning Extra.
Start off every conversation with, where do your rights come from?
They're going to say government every time.
And that is that moment where if your response is anything other than God, then you do not understand the foundational element, the founding of this country, that your free will was given to you, was ordained by God for you to have self-determination. The minute they say government or the law or anything along those lines, that's where I'm like, first off, you're wrong. Second off, here's where we have a mentality difference.
And that's
government, man, law, all corruptible.
That's right. God, not.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
You know, it's amazing. I'm just watching the Fox News has got doing a story about far-left podcasters blasting homeschooling, and it's two women, and I've seen their faces before. They use, when you want to talk about psycho women on podcast who are so far screaming leftist, Trump-hating type people, and they're all over the place, and it reminds me once again that we've lost a generation of women. And the problem is when they're 40 years old, they're raising kids who were following in their footsteps. I mean, it's scary. And they just show these two women who are attractive women, and they're blasting homeschooling so they don't get their teachers' unions in charge of the kids.
Your government and teachers' union indoctrination needs to be done.
And these women like that with these podcasts are young and attractive and educated, and they're destroying everything about our culture, and they're also raising children to be just like them, and we have another generation we're going to lose.
Well, hopefully children will rebel as children do.
We'll see. Anyway, Kim Repeat and Flounder, and sorry, I got talking over a cream here, if you don't mind. 1966. I forgot how old this group was. 1966, Jack Bruce, Ginger Baker, and Eric Clapton formed Cream. Three-piece group only lasted 2 years, leaving behind classic recordings including Sunshine of Your Love, Badge, Strange Brew, and White Room. Which one is this? Is this one of those?
I don't know.
This is Strange Brew.
Strange Brew. You know, I have to say, it's amazing. Well, you know what? In 1966, I do not remember anything about Cream. I don't remember. Of course, 1966 is when I joined the Marines. So maybe that for that year and 2 years, I never heard Cream. So, yeah, for the 2 years they lasted.
What am I eating here?
Oh, you got a waffle cone. A waffle is a sandwich.
Flounder knows what this is.
Oh, that's I know what that is. Has it got nuts in it?
Zagat bar?
It's a Nutty Buddy.
Nutty Buddy. I remember Nutty Buddy. I haven't had a
staple
Nutty
of our lunches as a child. This are Swiss rolls. The best Little Debbie snacks are Swiss rolls and Nutty Buddies.
You know,
there's no argument.
Now, let me ask you this. So I remember Swiss rolls used to be one of my favorites, but I think the last time I got a box of Swiss rolls, it didn't have the same amount of cream in them. I think they cut back on the amount of cream.
You're thinking of Ho-Hos. Do you know what a Swiss roll is?
Yeah, they look like. Maybe I'm thinking of Ho-Hos. The round circular, like hot dog round.
Oh, the Swiss rolls are they're cylindrical.
Yeah. Well, I may be missing them up anyway. Let's see. Did I do a birthday? How about I do a birthday? How about Phil Hellmuth Jr.? Phil Hellmuth is 62. He's a poker star. In those poker games and stuff that are on TV all the time on ESPN and stuff, and it says here, the poker star with the temperament of a 5-year-old, Phil Hellmuth. Do you guys watch those poker tournaments?
Only with Tillis.
Mel Tillis?
The woman.
Oh, the chick? Oh, yeah. The black-haired girl with a sister.
She wears a décolletage. She wears her boobs hanging out to distract the other players.
Yeah, what the hell was her? She got a sister, too. The sister was in that movie.
Pam Tillis.
Meg Tillis. Meg Tillis is the one.
Young one.
Yeah, Meg Tillis is the one with the leotard in the movie. Jennifer Tilly. Yeah, she's
Tilly.
Yeah.
No, Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly. You're right.
Meg Tilly and Jennifer Tilly.
That's it. Meg Tilly was in the movie with the about the dead guy at the funeral.
And the Big Chill. How can one be so endowed and the other one not? It's amazing.
Meg Tilly was endowed with her magnificence in every way, in a little leotard working out. Okie dokie. And now, something you really enjoy. 1973. The existence of secret White House recording devices was revealed on this day in 1973 by former presidential aide Alexander Butterfield, and it was during live television testimony before the Senate Watergate Committee. Man, I remember those days, and I remember part of this. I was on vacation, and I didn't miss a minute. I couldn't take my eyes off the Watergate hearings. Remember old Sam Irwin, I'm just an old country lawyer. And Irwin Talmadge, all can't speak about. But anyway, God, they found out the hidden system recorded approximately 3,400 hours of Richard Nixon's Oval Office and phone conversations. Prolonged legal battle that reached the Supreme Court, the Saturday Night Massacre, the whole thing about the special, counsels and everything. Nixon was forced to surrender the audio eventually. One recording, known as the smoking gun tape, provided proof that Nixon ordered the CIA to impede the FBI's Watergate investigation. The discovery led directly to his resignation in August of 1974. And again tonight, they say Donald Trump, 9 o'clock. We have the speech. No other radio station around here is going to cover it. We'll have it for you live at 9 o'clock. And they say, this may be untrue. The word I have is, worst I heard today, is that he'll be talking a lot about Chinese influence in the election in 2020 and how apparently they were printing up ballots and got their printed ballots into our election count. And that would obviously affect, apparently the side tag is that it affected both Georgia senators' races. And again, I think the Morning Boys were talking about this too. Little Johnny Oswald, the Hollywood Trust Fund baby, never even couldn't even get 50% of the vote in the original primary election, and then there was a runoff, and then all of a sudden you got all these votes, and everybody, so everything a little fishy. But the other thing is that the Chinese influence that Donald Trump may be talking about. The other hint I heard today, which I think is even more significant, is that he may also be talking about how the CIA at the time knew about the Russian influence with actual ballots and refused to stop it or acknowledge it because they were afraid if they did, it would help Donald Trump, which is exactly what Christopher Wray and the FBI was doing to do things to help Joe Biden.
Allegedly.
Well, there's no question. Christopher Wray, he said this out loud in testimony. They said, hey, how come you didn't tell the truth about that freaking laptop there, Chrissy baby, the Hunter Biden laptop? They said, I didn't want to have it affect the elections. You affected the election by not telling the truth. If you just told the truth and let it be the truth, it would just be on its own. You're not supposed to have a reaction to whether it will have an effect on somebody. You're just supposed to tell the truth.
Isn't it funny?
God,
that all these vote tallies that they find and all these people in power who say they did it for this reason or that reason, it always seems to benefit just one side.
Yeah, I'll be darned. Yeah. I'll be darned. Christopher Wray saying, well, I didn't want to affect the election. That's why you affected the election, by not telling the truth. They were behind the whole. This is just astounding. All right. Now, your magic mushroom story. I had no idea this was a real thing, and nobody seems too concerned about it. It's going on. Here's the story. There's a new psychoactive agent on the scene. This publication has found out about this stuff. A freaky fungus makes people who eat it hallucinate seeing teeny, tiny, real people all around them. The compounds of psilocybin or psilocin, they take about a half hour to kick in. A typical magic mushroom. A magic mushroom takes half hour to kick in. You have psychedelic effects like more color perception, pulsating objects, moving figures in the scenery, and it's kind of, physiological side effects like dilated. You're having a trip. Tripping. Well, not this new stuff. This is asiatica, they call it. It's functionally, you are functionally sober. Your surroundings are basically unchanged except for one thing. It's the only fungus or food on the planet known to produce a hallucination, which is strictly little people. Gnome-like beings appear after 12 to 24 hours after eating this particular mushroom, and they stick around for up to several days. They're not vague hallucinations. They're not three-dimensional rendered. They are three-dimensional rendered, highly detailed figures inhabiting your world. They interact with objects in the real world. They crawl up chairs. They end up on tables, go under doorways, and they're teeny little people. They're little teeny people. The type of bolete mushroom is native to pine forests in southwestern China and northern Philippines. They sell it in local markets. It's a culinary delight, and people eat it and see these little teeny people. And scientists don't know why they see little teeny people. And they're real people. They're not just, dream-like things. They're there.
This is not new. Celtic mythology is full of stories, short stories, of witches with a little green salve that they rub on their eyes, and they can see the little people, the wee folk, the fairies.
Well, how about
see them everywhere?
The Lilliput people in Jonathan Swift's 1726 Gulliver's Travels. The little teeny people and the giant.
This smacks more of the stuff that the witches would have to rub in their eyes, and they could see them. And you can see the little people.
It's real. They say this particular mushroom, they actually look like actual little teeny people. Not
little
just
purple
a dream.
people eaters?
Actual people, little green ones. Green ones. Anyway, Flounder, we got a Flounder's Funny back there? I'll bet you I'm probably fine.
I think we do.
See a little sub here for the little people here.
We go.
Grandmother, she just for the layman. My grandmother, she gave her body to a medical school, so for it to just be examined and dissected, which is a good thought for that. But they're her survivors, they're her family. That was a person. That was my grandmother. She used to wear glasses and say things. And now she's just shaved head on a metal table with a hungover medical student trying to dig out her pancreas. And he gets an F. Imagine being the body where the kid got an F on you. The teacher's like, "No, you idiot." And he writes F on her with a Sharpie and just throws her down a chute on a pilot F body.
Mr. Louis C.K. right there.
Oh, man. I always used to like it, even when he got creepy about children. Hey, children, my little daughter, screw her. It's just kind of a freak. It's all good. Almost 5 o'clock. Kemper, Pete, and Flounder. Our number is 404-741-1230, 1230, if you'd like to join us. So Holy Crap of Sports is coming up. Another Flounder's Funny and some tweet stuff and all the latest news on 106.3. Look out. There we go.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Diplomacy remains on the table on Lisa Brady, Fox News. That bottom line from the White House. But Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt also says Iran violated a ceasefire agreement.
Specifically, in the Memorandum of Understanding that they signed, they were not to fire on commercial vessels moving through the Strait of Hormuz. And unfortunately, they have made the tragic decision for them to do that.
She says that's what led to renewed U.S. strikes on Iran, a 6th consecutive night of strikes underway.
Now, for the first time since President Trump ordered a return of the naval blockade, U.S. forces disabled an oil tanker, firing Hellfire missiles at her stacks, trying to run through the blockade to Iran's Karg Island. To date, 2 other ships have reversed course and turned away from that blockade enforced by 20 U.S. warships and hundreds of aircraft in the sky.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in Tel Aviv. Iran launching more strikes on Gulf neighbors and threatening to have proxies in Yemen shut down another strait. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Democrats are focusing on ending the conflict.
Our focus has to be on ending this horrible war that has no direction and no gain.
Schumer also says President Trump is trying to change the subject with tonight's address to the nation, which Leavitt says will focus on election security and findings suggesting adjustments may be needed.
I think part of the problem is that the media has refused to acknowledge that tens of millions of Americans across the country share the concerns of this president about the sanctity of our election.
In his push for proof proof of citizenship and other changes, the president often mentions the 2020 election when no widespread fraud was found. One longtime aide to the president who's operated the teleprompter for speeches for years is accused of placing bets on a prediction market about things the president would say. The White House says the president has put that staffer on unpaid leave and that there is a strict ethics policy in place over prediction markets. America is listening to Fox.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls. And what a surprise. Just Jeff, who's been working with us off and on here for a while. Just Jeff came in. He's doing another show down the hallway here, I guess, for 680 or something or other. And as a special treat and a surprise, he brought me a whole bag of my Tootsie Roll Pops of all the ones that are my favorite flavors. I hate the chocolate one, so there's only like one in there. And it's the purple and the red and the blue and the orange. Oh, man, I can't believe it. In fact, if you're on YouTube, you can see I bring my own, a few to make sure I pass around people. But he brought a whole thing of the Tootsie Roll Pops.
Watch out, Flounder. He's gunning for your job.
Just Jeff. Anyway, thank you so much. What a nice
You can board
treat.
the rest of the show, Jeff. You want to manage?
Is he in? Is he still in there?
He's printing something out. So.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, thanks, man. What a nice treat. What a nice guy. He's just a nice man. He's really a nice guy. Yeah. And we were lucky that he just joined us here a few weeks ago, really. And
he lets you win contests? I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, and of course he knows all of it. We found out he's a freaking sneak and cheat. He knows he's like a freaking encyclopedia. He knows every answer to every freaking question. He ought to go up with you in the mountains of Macon with your little trivia thing up there. Because you'd win them all. But he was kind enough to let me win a couple of actual contest questions or something, apparently, which I thought was nice. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And we have Holy Crap of Sports coming up. In fact, Pete, let me ask you this. Are you going to mention anything about the ESPYs? Are you an ESPY guy watching ESPYs?
I didn't watch it, but I will mention something about it. I'm not going to talk about the Savannah Bananas much, if that's what you want to talk about.
I didn't know if that was a thing. I didn't see the ESPYs, and I know the Savannah Bananas.
I'm going to barely mention it, just a headline
or
so.
I was kind of curious about it because I didn't watch. Now I know of the ESPYs, but I didn't kind of turn real sort of woke, and
it's totally woke, and nobody really watches it anymore.
Yeah, that's what happened. I used to love to watch sports shows. You see the highlights of the guy who scoring touchdowns or slam dunking things or whatever, and all of a sudden now.
It used to be Jim Valvano giving his amazing speech, and now you just have comedians up there bashing Trump.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
It really is a shame. Anyway, so we got Holy Crap of Sports is coming up here a little bit later on here, just for you shortly. Let's see. What else was I going to ask you? A million things here, too. Anyway, I did mention I got my car back. It's been in the shop, and I really loved it. And of course, I left
that was such a bitchin' ride you had going there. I saw
right.
You
I had my girl van, my mom's soccer van. Exactly what it was. Well, I mean, it's a nice little. It's a Ford get out of town. I don't know. It's like a mid-size four-door SUV. I mean, it's a beautiful little car. I mean, it's front-wheel drive, and it has too many freaking switches. It's got so many switches. In fact, yesterday going home, I'm not making this up. Yesterday going home in that thing, I mistakenly was trying to change to when I listen to Jesse Waters when he goes into a commercial. I'll go to my Kimmer thing to my Magic Music Stick to listen, and I mistakenly hit some app down in the lower end of the screen that's there, and all of a sudden I get like 4 different things on the screen, and I didn't know how to get out of it. I literally had to pull over. I kept trying to, while I'm driving. And that's what I guarantee people getting wrecked by trying to figure out something on that screen while you're driving along. And again, I didn't know how to do it, so I'm experimenting. And hell, that's not it. And then my steering wheel got real hot. Stuff like that. It's just you don't know what you're touching here and stuff.
I'm getting in my car in the parking deck, and I hear this beep. I turn around, I see this van. I'm thinking, who's the hot chick going to be waving at me here? And it's you.
Well, I got my car back this morning, and they bring a loader to me, and then come and bring it back. And of course, I left my garage door opener in the loaner. Yeah. So now I got to be driving up there.
This could be some hot soccer mom.
After you and your Porsche. Anyway, so that's what I got for me. And also, I had this is silly. I mentioned earlier today. I'm having, for some reason, at this stage of my life, I'm having a lot of fun. Things that go along during the average part of a day will suddenly kick off a memory of a sweet or happy or interesting memory from my childhood. Or from my, at least many, decades ago and so forth. And today I was mentioning, I mentioned about my jeans, how we as kids used to have jeans where our parents would always buy them too long, blue jeans, and so you could pass them down to your little brother when you outgrew them and when you could wear them for a long time and then keep them in the family. And we all used to wear them with the cuffs rolled up. Everybody had cuffs rolled up. When you used to watch the Philadelphia big bandstand, and all the kids would have rolled up cuffs. Anyway, that was part of the thing. And today I thought about this. Remember yesterday I was mentioning, I think it was yesterday, talking about the movie Bullet in 1968 and the scene at the airport when the guy's going through the gate, actually into the plane, smoking while he's getting on the plane, smoking a cigarette as he's getting on the plane. And then the other thing was when the cops got on the plane to look for somebody, the guy pulled out a gun. So he got on the plane. One guy got on the plane with a gun in his belt, and the other one was smoking a cigarette while he got on the plane. And then I was thinking about the TV thing on this stuff. Do you guys ever remember, Flounder, I bet you I had never heard of this, and Pete, I don't know whether you used to do it years ago when you were a kid too. Ever hear of TV matinee, local TV stations would have a local matinee with a contest where they would have the count and the amount.
Dialing for dollars. Here.
Dialing
That's
for dollars. Yeah. And I remember the count and the amount, and they would have a host. They would have the movie, and then they would have the host, and they would have a board that showed the number count and how much money was in the bank. And I remember there were times when it was like $80 or $112, and it wasn't like 50 grand. It was literally a couple of $100 or stuff like that.
You know who used to be one of the MCs?
Who was one of the MCs?
Here in Atlanta? Remember Dave Michaels?
Oh, really? Dave Michaels?
Came back as the 11 Alive news anchor.
Right, that's right. And I remember and they would actually have a phone book, and they would call a name. They would say, well, we're calling the Joneses on Fernburn Road, and they dial the phone live on the air. Hi, Mrs. Fernburn, this is Bill so-and-so on TV 7, whatever. Just wondering if you're watching TV this afternoon. Oh, yes, I am. Well, by chance, you have the count and the amount. I mean, it was unbelievable. And they would all tune in because he would say, get the names out of the phone book. And I guess people would send in a card, and he would put in a bin, then he'd pull out a card to see if she's really watching right now. I mean, it was really, and you never, I couldn't stop watching it. It was hysterical to see whether they win $80. Anyway, counting the amount, my God. But I mean, I'm getting these flashbacks, and I don't know whether that, like, the end is near, maybe, and I'm enjoying, like they say, have they fun? I don't know. It's really strange.
The end is near. The sheriff is
near. What about we got political newsy stuff here all day for the rest of the day for you, too. But another thing, Pete mentioned this as a tease, and I thought this was kind of an interesting story, and it led me to, again, one of my mystery questions. A sonic boom shook New York City after a space rock the size of an airline bag blasted through the atmosphere and streaked past the Statue of Liberty at 32,000 miles an hour on July 16th, 2 years ago. The sonic boom, a huge meteorite blasting through the atmosphere, a meteor till it hit the ground. 60 eagle-eyed observers in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Pennsylvania saw the thing break apart into a cascade of pebbles over a stretch of Staten Island and New Jersey. A 2-pound chunk of the meteor slammed straight into a house in Hillsborough and landed in a bedroom. The homeowner said, I was home at the time. I heard a loud crash, found a hole in the ceiling of the master bedroom. I smelled a strong sulfur-like odor, saw black fragments along with debris, and black dust covered my bed and carpet and all the surrounding area. He quickly used disposable gloves and aluminum foil to preserve the fragments in glass jars. Well, there's a new study now from Science Advance magazine offering scientists a window into the origins of life because of this container. The asteroid contained a high concentration of salty fluids, which can form molecules crucial to creating life on Earth. They contain preserved bits from near the surface of a small primitive asteroid where it experienced concentrated salty fluids, a process not ever known for a protoplanet world. They believe the array of carbon-bearing compounds, amino acids, prebiotic molecules found on that piece of thing sheds light on how the building blocks of early life reached our planet in the first place. Part of the fragments are at the American Museum of Natural History in New York, and they're now thinking that some of these weird things that are not of this earth may lead to more study and advances of things from outer space. And every time I think about a story like this, I think, okay, what was the Big Bang? Who made God? What's the end of the universe? I mean, how come we'll never know? How come there's no way we could ever understand? I mean, what a mystery. We'll never know unless we know when we die. But then, what's the point? Anyway, I don't know. It drives me, but it's just fascinating. Probably just because, the older you get. All right, hold everything. A little sports update coming up shortly. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230, 741-1230 on 106.3. A beautiful, steamy Thursday afternoon. Look out.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
I just had a little contact with some family members there recently, and luckily I had some information stuff safe and sound, as you should have your stuff safe and sound with Atlanta Safe House. Atlanta Safe House, their new location, Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. Man, what a showroom. They have like 500 safes ready to go. And they can design them any way. You need some special things for jewelry drawers or hidden things for paperwork and stuff like that. Like I found out when I didn't have my medical records when I was retired down in Florida. Didn't have my Atlanta Safe House down there like an idiot. Anyway, so I learned a lesson, and now my kids will know where to find my living will, which is fairly important. Also, medical records and your real estate things and marriage divorce papers, the stuff, the paperwork you need to save, as well as in case there's anything left in the bank, stuff like the contact numbers, the deal, as well as guns and firearms and bows and arrows and, things you need to keep safe and sound from burglars and thieves and floods and fires and the whole deal instead of a cardboard box down in the basement. I learned that the hard way years ago. Anyway, tell them to carry all the top brands with Browning and Fort Knox, always sales and specials all over the place. AtlantaSafehouse.com.
It's Toyota's Big One sales event at Marietta Toyota now through August 3rd. And if you commute every day, the 2026 Toyota Camry may be the one to see first. It's now all hybrid with up to 53 miles per gallon city, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And with 50 Camrys in stock, Marietta Toyota has the selection to help you find the trim and color you actually want. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we've been voted Best of Cop for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid, as low as 4.99% APR for 48 months through August 3rd. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/3/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are
Tom and Jerry's Roofing.
Yes, that's our real names.
And together, we have 70 years in the roofing industry. But taking care of you and your home is our priority and our passion.
But our other passion is taking care of veterans, and that's why every roof we do gives back to the vets.
That's right, Tom. First, we take care of your roof, and then we take care of the brave men and women who protect us.
So if you have roofing issues, from repairs to replacement, call Tom and Jerry's Roofing and help us give back to America's heroes.
Find us at tomandjerrysroofing.com.
That's tomandjerrysroofing.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
You know the star Michael J. Fox from Family Ties. His girlfriend on the show was named Ellen, real name Tracy Pollan. Well, today is the 38th wedding anniversary in real life of Michael J. Fox and Tracy, his lovely bride. And now, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves back in action tomorrow night as they begin a 7-game homestand, starting off with the Rangers for 3, then the Padres in town for 4 games. Chris Sale on the mound for us, Cal Quantrill for Texas Friday night. Say that 3 times fast. Cal Quantrill. Great news downtown in Northport, or just down in Northport, as Ronald Acuna Jr. is slamming a first-inning grand slam. Had 5 RBIs today as the FCL Braves beat the FCL Red Sox 14-13. He also scored twice. Ha-Seong Kim seems to be hitting the ball better down there, too. A hit and an RBI today. He's batting .333 so far.
Good start.
So, time to trade him.
Yeah, there you go.
One major league game tonight to open up play after the All-Star break. You got the Mets visiting the Phillies. I'm sure you'll be glued to that.
Well, I'll probably tune it in off and on while I'm working for tomorrow's show. Absolutely.
It's on Netflix. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'll be watching.
I don't know where it is.
Jesse Waters and what's her name?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I know. I'm kind of tired of him with the whole acting with the hands thing, like he's.
I've never been a big.
He bothers the crap out of me anyway.
I don't hate him.
He's annoying.
Fangraphs has their list of the hardest schedules left for all the baseball teams. The hardest belongs to the Brewers, followed by the Mets and the Angels. Oh, Frank the Tank's going to love hearing that. The Phillies have the 4th hardest schedule remaining. The Braves, the 13th.
I like it.
So got that going for us, which is nice.
Yes.
Cleveland has the easiest.
All right, sir.
All right, then. The Reds signed All-Star right-hander Chase Burns to a 7-year, $105 million contract extension, locking up one of the best young pitchers in baseball well into the next decade. 23-year-old Burns, his first full season with the Reds, 11-1 with a 2.54 ERA, 118 strikeouts.
Holy cow. I've never heard that name. What, Burns?
Well, you should have.
I've never seen him. I don't think I've ever seen. Well, I've never seen him on TV. That's why.
Well, you know why? Because he plays in Cincinnati.
Well, but still, it's on. Major League Baseball has games, and I tune in while I'm doing my news stuff.
Major League Baseball could give a rat's butt about the small market teams.
Yeah, you're
right. They really should.
You're right. Yeah.
They're trying to fix that though with the
11-1 and 118 strike. I mean, that's unbelievable.
What happens when you farm?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what happens when you farm out your home run derby to the streaming service? You get your lowest ratings in 23 years.
Yeah.
Only 5.3 million viewers tuned in to watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, what a shame. I mean, they're ruining it. They're ruining it on purpose.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're ruining it on purpose, but they're doing it for money.
Well, but they must know that it's a bunch of crap. Everybody's complaining about everything, and they're still doing it because they think it's.
The only thing changes if Congress steps in.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that'll change it.
Yeah,
MLB announcing the 2027 season, if there is one, will begin with one game on Netflix on March 24th. Here we go.
See,
again.
oh my God! Beginning the season on Netflix.
Yeah, the Braves will open up with a series against the Dodgers in L.A. Hopefully that goes better than the last time they began the season on the West Coast. Last year, getting swept in San Diego and in Chavez Ravine and starting 0-7, which pretty much set the tone for the season.
Yeah.
The All-Star Game will be in Wrigley Field. The Athletics will still play most of their home games in West Sacramento before moving to their new ballpark in Las Vegas. The British Open underway at Royal Birkdale in sunny northwest England. Jackson Suber of the U.S., never heard of him, atop the leaderboard after the first day, shooting a 5 under 65. One stroke behind Suber are Daniel Brown of England, Sunjae Im of Korea. 9 golfers are 300, including Robert McIntyre. Now, here's how Sam Torrance of Sky and NBC Sports called one of Robert's efforts to avoid the bunker.
Yeah. Flounder, I don't think it's.
Come on. No. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Oh, you stupid ball. Oh, so unlucky.
Oh, stupid ball.
Stupid ball.
Yeah, that's for your mother, Trebek.
They've had a lot of great announcers over the years. The Henry Clydehurst or whatever his name, all those old guys. And who's the one who got in trouble talking about women with their big breasts? It's harder to swing the club. And anyway, I don't
remember those guys. Bryson DeChambeau, who missed the cut in the first 3 majors of the season, also posted a 3 under 67 to grab a share of third place.
Good.
Playing with a full set of 3D printed irons that he fabricated.
What? Are you serious?
I'm serious. That's what he did.
Holy.
Bryson's performance came days after 3-time Open Championship winner Nick Faldo criticized him for being overly aggressive on links. I say it to his face. He has zero clue of strategy, Faldo said.
Yeah, well, links golf is not the same as banging in American golf wide open fairways and stuff like that. It's way different.
DeChambeau declined to talk to reporters after the round, but seemed to clap back at Faldo in his comments to an official from the R&A. I think you've got to be a lot more strategic out on the golf course. I feel like I did a really good job today of being incredibly strategic and focused super hard on placing it in the right places.
Yeah, that's definitely a reaction. And by the way, I wonder how much it costs, what kind of equipment you would need to build your own clubs with what do you call it?
3D printer.
3D print. In other words, if a set of golf clubs cost $1,500 of irons, 10 iron, 8 irons would cost $1,500 or something like that. I wonder how much it would cost. People start making their own golf clubs. Holy cow!
Why not? The 2-time U.S. Open champion is attempting to avoid becoming the first multiple major winner in 28 years to play in all 4 majors and miss the cut in each one of them. Tom Watson and Ben Crenshaw, the last to do it back in '98.
I'll be darned.
Scotty Scheffler is 2 under. Justin Rose is +5. Not a good week for England.
Yeah, wow.
And the worst golfer today, Irishman Patrick Harrington at +10.
Oh, it's Patty Harrington. Well, he's got to be 55 years old.
Still, 15 shots off the lead.
Yeah, that's not. There you go. And by the way, I think it's still. The last I knew it was sunny and high. I looked in a little this morning because it's on at 4 o'clock in the morning. It starts here our time, and I was around 5:30. I checked it. It was hot and looked hot and sunny, and that changes a lot of things on the golf course, especially the British Open. Anyway, yes, sir. Sorry.
The Falkland Islands War between Great Britain and Argentina was a long time ago. How long, you may ask?
The Falkland War was 1827.
I was still in college during the last Falklands.
That's right.
The Argentinians called them Las Malvinas. They're located off the very southern coast of their country. How southern? They're only 700 miles from Antarctica. Okay? So who would want them? Well, Great Britain and Argentina, apparently. The British government is urging FIFA to investigate Argentina's players after celebrating their 2-1 win over England, posed with a banner that claims sovereignty over the contested exposed ocean rocks.
Oh, good.
During post-match celebrations Wednesday here in Atlanta, Argentine players had a banner handed over by fans reading, Las Malvinas son Argentinas. The Malvinas are Argentine. The British held them, but Argentina invaded in 1982 under orders from then military dictator Galtieri, triggering a 10-week war won by Britain. It would have ended sooner, but the British had to sail their warships a third of the way around the world to get there. They also brought Harrier jets. That helped. The World Cup might not be ours, but the Falkland Islands definitely are.
Yeah.
The interim Prime Minister Keir Starmer said, the only display of manliness the man has ever exhibited.
Yeah, right.
FIFA can prosecute Argentina's players and soccer federation because its disciplinary code prohibits at stadiums any message that is not appropriate for a sports event, including those of a political, ideological, religious, or offensive nature. The FIFA fines for political messaging range from $5,000 to $20,000.
Yeah.
They'll be fined. Somebody's going to be fined. Yeah. Argentina were fined by FIFA after holding up a banner with the same slogan after playing Slovenia back in 2014. So, you may ask, what's on the Falklands?
Yeah, what is on the Falklands? Don't they have sheep over there? And that's pretty much, isn't it like sheep herders or something mostly?
It is a British overseas territory with a population of 3,500 people and 500,000 sheep.
Sheep, yeah.
Located 8,000 miles from the United Kingdom, 300 miles from Argentina, which argues the islands were illegally taken from it in 1833. Britain says it has a territorial claim dating to 1765, when they just show up and plant a flag and say, this is ours.
Yeah.
The war in 1982 killed 649 Argentine troops, 255 British service personnel, and 3 islanders. No word on how many sheep perished.
Yeah. Wow.
It got so contested that British TV refused to show Argentina playing in that year's World Cup. On the telly.
Kidding.
Refused to show them.
BBC. Good Lord.
Now, Spain is favored to beat Argentina Sunday in the Meadowlands. And by the way, Mick Jagger was here in town watching the England-Argentina game, in case you thought you saw him at the Claremont Lounge this week. He may still be there.
Yeah, there's no way he went to the Claremont Lounge.
Their last tour, he would go around to bars and dives and stuff and take a picture standing outside, and no one recognized him.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Well, by the way, have you seen him lately? I mean, he's still got the hair, but he's definitely looking. Yeah, he's getting up there.
He's not this. Well, at least he looks better than Keith. That's the thing. The ESPYs last night. Who knew? The only thing people are talking about, the singing and dancing of checks notes, the Savannah Bananas, which opened the show and basically the worst thing seen on TV since the Brady Bunch's tribute to Star Wars. They used to have a musical variety show, the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Mike tweeted, "This is ESPN's way of checking off the straight white mailbox for the evening."
Yeah, it's like the people had the 2 guys kissing as part of their ceremony for the families the other night. Jeez.
I mean, drag shows had more testosterone than what we saw.
Brother.
Maybe the best item, though, from the ESPYs, Mike Tyson turning to the guy next to him and saying, Shohei is a guy?
He was giving an award to the Athlete of the Year or something. Thought it was a girl. He'd never heard the name Shohei Ohtani.
How could Mike Tyson not know who Shohei Ohtani is? How the hell would he know who Shohei Ohtani is?
He didn't know.
Please.
The Dodgers.
He doesn't even know where he is right now. Finally, by the way, Mike, I say that with all the love in my heart.
Well, doesn't he have a marijuana company? Isn't that what he got into?
Probably.
Eventually,
I think gummies.
Or used to.
Like that.
I think so.
Finally, some wisdom from the Wizards of the NBA. Washington player Kyle Kuzma tweeted this nugget of joy, and I quote, "Not gonna lie, it's exhausting hearing athletes break down how their millions aren't really millions after taxes and fees. 40 million after taxes is still 40 million. The real issue is not the system, it's lifestyle creep. Nobody told you to live like a king, buy 5 cars, and move with a 10-person entourage. Modest is allowed," end quote.
I like it.
Good for him.
Yes, sir.
LeBron says he is not ready to name his next team.
Please. How long is this going to go on?
This is starting to remind me of the long, sad goodbye of Hulk Hogan. Some athletes just don't know when to walk away. Walk away. Hawks forward Mohamed Kaye could miss the start of the season. He had surgery, a fractured left foot, suffered in a workout July 8th. He had surgery Tuesday. He averaged 4 points and 4 rebounds, I'm rounding up, for the Hawks last season, played in 77 games, including 8 starts. Meanwhile, NFL news, at Browns camp, quarterback Shadur Sanders wore a reflective colored visor to practice. Veteran quarterback and teammate Joe Flacco told him, quote, "You look like an effing idiot."
I saw that story. He said they don't do anything. It's just for the looks. And, he said, get rid of that.
That's true.
Clown.
1969, July 16th, at Jerry Park, Willie Stargell became the first major leaguer to homer into a swimming pool. 495-foot blast splashes into the pool beyond the right field fence in Montreal. When the Pirates' first baseman retired back in 1982, the Expos presented him with a life preserver in tribute to the homer, and the locals called it Willie's Pool, or in French, La Piscine de Willie.
I'll be darned. That's a cool story.
And in 1990, Steve Lyons slides headfirst into first base to beat out a bunt. The play becomes memorable when the White Sox first baseman drops his pants to brush away the dirt inside his uniform in front of 14,770 surprised fans at Tiger Stadium.
I remember that. He didn't, he dropped trout. Oh, my goodness.
2006, Chipper Jones tied the Major League record, collecting an extra base hit in his 14th straight game. That's hard. The Braves' third baseman's fourth inning home run equaled the mark established in 1927 by the Pirates outfielder Paul Big Poison Wayner.
I'll be darned.
Or Little Poison. Lloyd, I forget. I always get the two mixed up.
I'll be damned. Excellent. Pete Davis, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder at 106.3, and we got so much more. And a couple of sports birthdays here coming up as well. And 106.3, look out.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's xtra1063.com.
Summer's winding down, but that doesn't mean the fun stops at Truist Park. Come see your Atlanta Braves July 30th through August 2nd as the Nationals come to town. Fans are invited to celebrate legend Andrew Jones on his induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame on the 30th with his bobblehead giveaway presented by Curacao. Feel it for yourself. Plus an on-field presentation honoring his iconic career. Fans can then relive the magic of '96 as we celebrate 30 years since Atlanta lit the Olympic flame on the 31st. Join us for a night of music, memories, and hometown pride, followed by Friday night fireworks presented by Georgia Lottery after the game. The weekend fun continues on Saturday, August 1st with the pregame block party in the Battery Atlanta and the Braves Country's Got Talent search at the Georgia Power Pavilion. The National Series wraps up on Sunday as the first 3,000 kids will receive the Ice Cream Shorts giveaway. Visit Braves.com/promos to check out all the fun and purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Your yard, it stresses you out. Between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, it's pet friendly, and it looks amazing all year round. Those in the know use ATL Turf Go. ATL Turf Go is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a backyard of your dreams with a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. They handle everything from design and grading to construction and drainage solutions. So whether it's residential lawns or recreational sports fields, ATL Turf Co. can build you a stress-free space you'll love. So say goodbye to mowing, maintenance, and your wasted weekends. Learn more and schedule your free in-home consultation today. Call ATL Turf Co. 678-403-2339. That's 678-403-2339. Or visit atlturfco.com. For the purpose of this commercial, we'll refer to erectile dysfunction as ED. This is the story of Ed. No one likes Ed. Ed can be a real problem, a real downer. Ed can come between you and your partner. And if you let Ed go unchecked, Ed'll continue to destroy your hanky-panky plans. Ed has taken over your life. On date night, all you can think about is Ed. When you roll over in bed for the morning smooch, there's Ed. And when you're cooking a romantic dinner for your wife, there's Ed in an apron. So how do you get rid of Ed? Kick him to the curb with Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They're Ed experts. They understand what causes Ed to be Ed, and they know how to get Ed going in the right direction. He'll learn to stand on his own with proven all-natural therapies that don't require surgery or downtime. So if you've had enough of Ed, take matters into your own hands. Call Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911. Learn more online at tbtofga.com.
Hey, this is Los with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy. the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
There's a new vibe in Tucker, and it's teeing off at Heritage Golf Links. After a multi-million-dollar renovation, the course has never looked better. From pristine new greens and bunkers to the stunning 11,000 square foot putting green, Heritage Golf Links is ready to impress, challenge, and deliver an unforgettable round you'll come back for again and again. And when the sun goes down, the game keeps going. Our one-of-a-kind night range is lit up and open Friday and Saturday nights until 10 p.m., so your swing can shine under the lights. So, whether you're practicing, playing, or just enjoying the full-service bar and grill, Heritage Golf Links is the perfect place for golfers who want more than just a round. Heritage is a destination and a better golf experience. Located just minutes from downtown Atlanta, Heritage Golf Links is easily accessible from I-285 and I-85 in Tucker, Georgia. Reserve your tee time at heritagegolflinks.com. That's heritagegolflinks.com.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me. This is the old Kimmer rock and roll. Bum, 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 bum. 1962. The Beach Boys on this day signed a deal with Capitol Records. A few months later, in September, Surfin' Safari. Written by Brian Wilson and Mike Love, the Beach Boys first recorded the song at World Studios in February of '62, and what was the band's second ever recording session. And they signed with Capitol Records, and off they went, 1962. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? A couple of sports birthdays here, Pete Davis. I mentioned Margaret Court, Hall of Fame tennis lady, is 84. And Jimmy Johnson, former coach of the Cowboys, Hall of Famer, Miami Dolphins coach, rock solid hair, started doing commercials for Viagra, and has been doing pregame NFL stuff on Fox. I think he still does that. Jimmy Johnson's 83 today. And Barry Sanders, Hall of Famer, running back, Detroit, 56 years old today with the thing there. And kind of a sad day on this day in 1999. John F. Kennedy Jr., John, along with his wife, Carolyn Bissett, and her sister, Lauren, decided to take a trip to Martha's Vineyard to celebrate some birthday celebrations party of some kind or another. So they took off in his plane. John Kennedy, John had about 300 hours of flying experience. And his single-engine plane flew into a hazy, moonless night. A flight instructor said, "Hey, let me go with you and make sure everything's okay." He said, "No, I want to do this alone." His destination was Martha's Vineyard, 200 miles away, the final phase over a dark, hazy ocean. And under such conditions, you can kind of lose sight of the horizon. There's no shore lights. He would have to depend on instruments, but John Kennedy was not qualified for a license with instruments only flying. He also had a broken ankle, which may have affected his ability to fly the plane. At any rate, it plummeted 2,200 feet down to 1,000 feet in 14 seconds and then disappeared from radar. Later turned up in the ocean, all of them dead. And apparently they died from drowning. They were not killed when the plane hit the water. So they were trapped in there underwater.
Well, it could have been knocked unconscious and drowned.
Hopefully.
What we know for a fact is that Hillary definitely did not want him running against her.
Well, in fact, the Kennedy family surviving patriarch, Eddie, delivered a moving eulogy. And as I recall, the same Bill Clinton and Hillary were among the 300 invited guests. And, of course, the killers always show up to the scene of the crime. So she probably did it. She probably, I mean, who am I to say? I mean, come on, please.
He was competition.
Yeah, that's right. He could have done anything. In fact, he was the one, Kennedy, actually, unlike Uncle Teddy, he was the one who really, and Bobby, everybody was banging Marilyn Monroe. He was the one really played it pretty much straight and narrow. He did some acting. He had a magazine, George, a very serious businessman, and he was never a carouser or drunkard or anything. I mean, he showed up at parties and he was known as a celebrity, but he wasn't. He was not a louse. And the girls loved him. I mean, he was a monster.
And they supposedly
star.
had big old fights. They got married down in Jekyll, didn't they?
I'm trying to. I think that sounds right.
They got married on Jekyll.
I think they did. Yeah, and of course he was with Daryl Hannah for 5 years, and she dodged 5 years with Daryl Hannah. But the next year after they broke up, a year later, he married Carolyn Bessette, a fashion design editor and publisher, or a publicity girl. Anyway, I don't know. What a tragedy. I mean, it's horrible. Kennedy family, man. Let's see. I got a question. I don't know how this works. We were talking about, and I'm going to say buffalo. I can't say bison. I refuse to say bison. On all the meme and videos of the buffalo attacking that girl, and then Donald Trump and everything else. All these videos that are done by AI. I have a very simple question to show you how simple-minded I am. What do you need, and how does someone say or type, do me a video with a girl interviewing the buffalo?
That you have, it's not professional. You have to pay for stuff like that.
But how does somebody do it? Did someone talk into a machine, and the machine? You talk to Grok?
You talk to it via keyboard.
So you would type
say,
in what?
I want you to make me a video, and then what you can even do is you can put a link to the story. That way, the AI does its own research.
Well, but someone's got to describe the girl being, 5'4", wearing a blue dress.
It doesn't have to describe it. It goes and searches and finds out. It does it on its own.
Okay,
it knows it already.
Now, see, I don't even, this is...
But you have to pay for the really good ones.
Yeah, there's premium service.
Do you buy an AI app, or in other words, can I buy
Grok? You can use it. You have Grok. You could do it on Grok.
So if I ask Grok to make me... Now, how would she send me a movie? If I ask...
It generates the picture, and then you can download it.
In the same text that you're sending to her, the same way you send to her, she can send back to you.
So instead of sending words back, she can send a video back?
An image,
we send videos to each other.
And then how would I get it? Can I get it from my phone? Flounder's getting upset.
Fire good.
Flounder's getting mad because I don't know anything. Don't be mad at me. I don't know anything. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, you ask it to do something, and then it generates it. It'll feed you a video. It'll feed you an image. The image is right there. Try it on your Grok. You ask it questions in the morning. Tomorrow morning, ask you to say, make me a picture of Kimmer and my hot rod. And it'll generate a picture of you in a hot rod.
I'm good. By God, I'm going to do that.
And then tomorrow we'll talk about it at the opening of the show.
I'm making a note right now.
He's writing it down.
Writing it down.
Serious.
You're damn right, Buster Boy, because I got it right freaking here.
Or do it tonight. Mess around with Grok because you pay for the service.
And video of me.
You get off at 6, sit there for a minute, and do it.
And whatever. Okay, excellent. By golly, I'm going to do it. There you are.
Where are you going to put that piece of paper is the question now.
No,
He's going to text us later. He's going to be like, I forgot the paper.
No, I got it right here. I'm putting it right in my satchel. I've got it right here. And I have to empty
Right
that because I bring my power cord in when I come home. And I have my own power cord here, and I take it home, and I always put it in a place where I have to empty my satchel, which is, it's just my Marine Corps thing. Well, it's got, it's got Marine Corps things on it. It's got caisson thing on it. It's got, patches.
Have a
Good
special
stuff.
thermos for you. A very special thermos.
Get off my back. 5:45. Leave me alone.
The Morning Extra, Neil Bortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
America! Shuck yeah! Shuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Shuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
Stovall & Company is a locally owned and operated family business that has been around for 75 years, offering quality wholesale landscape supplies to North Georgia. We just opened our 11th location in Canton, Georgia at 9500 Union Hill. Stovall provides contractors with personalized expert service from special requests to direct job site delivery for hassle-free jobs and quality relationships at competitive prices. From plants to irrigation to hardscapes, Stovall truly has it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. Trade every match from the opening rounds all the way to the final. Last week, Belgium was trading at 2.5% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade could pay out $3,744 if they win soccer's biggest prize. Want to know where they're at today? Check Kalshi. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PITCH to get a $10 credit when you trade $10. That's promo code PITCH. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prizes, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. $10 free credit with no expiration. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
All right, $5 billion a day, $39 trillion in debt. That is a lot of money. Pretty hard to believe. The question is, when are they going to stop this? How long can this go on for? Washington spends too much. I'm not waiting around to find out. And I don't think you should either. You want to be proactive in your life. Somebody told me when I first started saving money in my late 20s, you might want to look at gold and silver, a small portion of your portfolio. I want you to potentially get in front of this. I am so glad that I did this in my life, and I'm glad I continue to do it today. And I am a customer of Goldco. I think they're the best gold and silver company in the business. Goldco can help you buy and store your own physical precious metals. All you have to do is request your free gold and silver kit, and you may qualify for their 10% bonus and free gold and silver just for getting started. Goldco, the real deal. I'm a customer. Give them a call, 855-815-GOLD, 855-815-GOLD.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
Boy, does this go back. Baby, I want to play house with you. You may have a pink Cadillac. You hear that line? Well, here's the story. 1955. Baby, I want to play house with you. Elvis Presley's first appearance on the national charts. It was called Baby, Let's Play House. It entered the Cash Box Country charts in 1955, number 15, written by a guy, recorded by Arthur Gunter. Presley's version differs from the original. Excuse me. Elvis did the song starting with a chorus where the writer began with the first verse, and then he replaced Gunter's first line, "You may get religion," with the words, "You may have a pink Cadillac." And he referred to his custom-painted 1955 pink Cadillac that was Elvis's band's transportation at the time. That's how they got along and around in a pink Cadillac. Let's see. Quick birthday list. Will Ferrell, 59. He has a new golf comedy called The Hawk on Netflix, apparently starting today. Will Ferrell, Old School, Talladega Nights, SNL, other guys, Anchorman, Elf, Step Brother. I mean, he's got a million things. He's occasionally funny. I mean, he's been funny. I liked him when he was like the cheerleader guy on SNL and stuff. And anyway, but he's kind of a goof.
Not funny the other night.
Not funny the other. No, he's stupid. I mean, he's just a goof. He's become a Hollywood mushhead or something. You know.
He's still funny at times.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I don't deny his. Thing. And Pete Davis, my phone went cowabunga here. Hold on, I got it right here. How as a published author, of course, so is the Kimmer. I don't want to brag about anything, but how do you feel about The Catcher in the Rye? You have an opinion, basically?
I didn't read it until I was in my 20s, and I thought it was a masterpiece, and I wished I'd read it when I was 12. Now, some people think it's a bunch of hooey, but I thought every young boy should read that, because it really, the thoughts that he put in there, and he wrote that as he was going across Europe fighting in World War II. Well, he started from D-Day to Berlin. He wrote it on the way.
Yeah,
basically.
It was 1951. J.D. Salinger's only full-length novel, The Catcher in the Rye, published on this day in 1951, about a confused teenager disillusioned by the adult world. It's an instant hit. Will be taught in high schools for decades. Salinger was 31 years old. He had worked on the novel for a decade. Started appearing in the 40s in The New Yorker. The book took the country by storm, sold out, became a Book of the Month Club selection. Fame and Salinger didn't get along. He retreated to a hilltop cabin in Cornish, New Hampshire. He still did stories in The New Yorker periodically. He published Franny and Zooey in 1963, based on two combined New Yorker stories. He stopped publishing work in 1965. Salinger divorced his wife of 12 years. He had married when he was 32. In 1999, journalist Joyce Maynard published a book about her affair with J.D. Salinger, which had taken place 2 decades earlier. Salinger, the recluse, died at his home in New Hampshire in 2010 at the age of 91. And Catcher in the Rye was definitely I guess probably every school had that book.
I don't know if they still make kids read it. I was never told to read. I just read it when I was in my 20s to find out what it was. It's a short read.
You know what? I just thought of something. I don't even know whether they still have reading lists in public schools.
Did you read it? Did you have to read it?
I don't remember. I was never forced to read it. I went to prep school starting in 10th grade.
You should, because it's about 12. Prep schools up there in that area.
I know of the story, and again, I keep thinking of in fact, when this comes up like a history thing, I think to myself, I should go get that book. I mean, I should do it, and by golly, I'm going to. I'm going to go see if they have it.
I have a copy, but it's packed up somewhere. So
yeah, but I'm definitely, because I think it would be valuable. So, let's see. Flounder, let's do this. Let's play that Scott Besson count again. Scott Besson. There's violence by freaking Democrats, and Scott Besson is trying to lecture the media, saying if you people think that Republicans are making this up, that you're out to kill us, I got some news for you, because it happened to me too. Here's Treasury Secretary Scott Besson here today.
But I'm going to remind everyone in this room and all the media that I was the subject of an assassination attempt February 2024 by a addled left-wing activist 2 hours after being sworn into my job. So any of you who want to report that this is a fiction and does not exist, be there for the sentencing this August. So
the guy had a knife and 2 Molotov cocktails. He wrote a note, admitted he intended to kill a cabinet nominee, in part because, quote, "This is terrible, but I can't do nothing while Nazis kill my sisters." Anyway, freaking psychopaths.
You're just one story away from fulfilling your mission today.
Well, all right. How about the daughter with the HOA? And then
two stories.
Or,
that's it. You're two stories away. Sorry.
Yeah. And I got from yesterday. I did the false waltz. What am I missing? I did the Navy
The
thing.
Seattle U.S. Attorney getting fired.
Oh yeah, I kind of ignored it because it didn't. Donald. Although it is a good story. In fact, I've got it right here. I had it up near the front, and that's why I can't find it because I had it in the beginning. Anyway, the guy got. Oh crap! I hate when I do this. I hate when I do this. Donald, a guy got nominated as U.S. He got sworn in today as U.S. Attorney.
You don't have to do the story.
And here we go. And in Seattle, U.S. Attorney, and his name was Roger Rogoff. And as soon as he got sworn in as federal attorney by these a group of 17 district judges in Seattle, he got a phone call and a text, and it said, "You're fired." District court judges can appoint a temporary U.S. attorney. POTUS can fire them. And again, this goes back. Remember, Alina Habba, Donald Trump's attorney, resigned as acting U.S. attorney for New Jersey. Appeals court said she was serving in her post unlawfully. There's a thing you only get a certain number of days. It's all a bunch of crap. Anyway, Donald Trump said, "Oh, yeah, in Seattle, how about this? You're fired." The guy was the U.S. attorney for like 9 minutes. So he's out.
Well, you can say he was.
Yeah, ball game. And also, now the story, there was a girl she lived with her.
I just want to say, none of you sent me the memo that was Black Shirt Day. You and Flounder and Jeff all wearing black shirts, and no one told me.
I almost always wear.
Did you not get the memo?
I almost always wear. That's all I wear.
I have my Sam the Eagle shirt on, but that's all.
I wear almost black or navy blue exclusively. I rarely wear anything other than
that's great on a sunny day. It's 92 down there or something like that.
Yeah, that's it's not good. Anyway, and quickly here we got a Flounders Funny coming up here shortly. A woman in Florida, 28 years old, was living with her father as an elderly man with problems, and he was going to be dying, and she lived with him, and sure enough, he did die, and she got the house. Unfortunately, it's in the Arbor Hill Mill retirement community in Jacksonville. Nobody under 55 can live there. And so now they're charging her $1,000 because she lives there, and every other HOA member is getting charged $1,000 to raise money for a lawsuit to force her out.
Well, that's the rules.
It's the rules. But again, she says, "Oh my God," and the neighbors like her, but they say, "Well, rules are rules." I mean, they don't even allow residents under 19. You can't even live in the neighborhood. So, anyway.
You did it. You did all your stories.
Oh my
today.
God. And now something special, Flounder, big time.
There's one group of people that's killing it in marriage. I'll tell you. Without them, divorce rate would be at 90%. So if you see them, buy them a drink, shake their hand. Because I'm talking about ugly people. You guys kill me when you get weepy over a joke. Ugly people are amazing in marriage. Just hear me out. Stop judging. You ever see those Hollywood couples? They get divorced all the time. Halle Berry, arguably the finest woman ever, divorced 4 times. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, toast. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, super toast. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, why they get divorced? They have everything." That's why they got divorced. The good-looking people, they make millions of dollars, and everyone wants to be like them. So when shit gets a little crazy, they bail because they have other options. But ugly people don't have other options. There are no fish in the sea for ugly people. It's just that one ugly-ass barracuda that they snagged with that jagged-ass tooth. That's why you never see ugly people have big arguments, do you? Good-looking people have them all the time. I dare you to say something to make me leave, you son of a bitch. But ugly people are like, whoa, 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 now let's just take it easy. We's all we got. Let's just finish our meatloaf and talk things over.
Meatloaf.
Ugly people love meatloaf.
Like me.
The meatloaf. They love it lots. If you had meatloaf twice in the last month, well. I did that joke one time, and a dude came up to me after the show. He's like, hey, my man, does meatballs count?
That's a very funny guy.
Kevin Bozeman.
There you go. All right, boys. Tomorrow, let it rip. Anything goes. We made it. Hoorah. Semper Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Now that I got my car back, I might go a little faster than I should.
Try that new transmission.
Herf doing fire. Resume.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. Extra 106.3.
Diplomacy still on the table. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News.